When did you become a VTuber? Today. Duck. Oh! I'm saying that I wouldn't tell you a secret because you tell everybody. You right, though. Ew, look at all the gross goopy goops. Whatever the frick they are.
Oh, look at it! What a chunk!
It is what you call a plastic in the shape of a long tubular stick.
You mean a straw? Oh. Help me. Help me, Fred! So how quickly am I gonna die if I just walk out into the...
Don't fight me! We're not supposed to move!
Wait for me, guys! Wait! Hey! Wait for me! Wait! Oh, frick, step on me. Don't impede our vacationing or blow up these islands. I will stab you.
Yeah!
Do I dare look at this? Long arm's gonna come and find his way in. I don't think I'm there, right?
Okay, I'm there! I'm there! Oh my gosh, tiny hole! Wait!
It always bothers me when there's no shampoo by a kitchen sink. Wait, what did I say? Did I say soup? Did I say soup instead of soap? Shampoo? What's worse? Shampoo? Please tell me I said soap this time.
I said shampoo! No!
We come! Like this? You want me to stop looking at you like this? Good spooks tonight? Oh, ah! Are we okay? Are we safe? Does his arms reach into here? Ah! Oh my gosh. You know what I do want? I want tits. The Twitch integrated throwing system. Roses are red, violets are blue. Omae wo no shinderu. Nani? Oh, you slut! This is my first limited character constellation. Shut up! It's been a little bit tiring. What the? I'm dead! I'm dead! I'm dead! I'm dead! Why am I not dead? Why am I not dead? Why am I not dead?
Say hello to my little friend.
What the balls? Are you kidding me?
Oh.
Has already managed to make contact with the divine.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Big traveler. Big traveler. Get down! You better know how to do it!
Hello. Welcome. How are you all doing this Thursday? Hope you're having a good Thursday today. Hi, Mock. Hi, Fearter. How you guys doing? Hope you're doing good.
You've made your Get Fork team of Boothill, Harmony, MC, Ronmay, and Gallagher. Dude, that sounds like a good team. That sounds like a good, solid team.
Albert Haytham. Oh my gosh, it's Al Haytham.
Dude, side tangent. This team I've been running of Al Haytham has been so much fun. It's been so much fun. I have loved it so much. He is so strong. I'm not playing him efficiently. I know that for a fact, but he is so strong. Anyway,
Hello, guys.
I hope you're having good. Also, I said it in chat earlier, but Mock, you grinded for Robin, didn't get her, and you could max out Harmony MC's traces. Same though. I remember when I got Harmony Trailblazer on my stream, and I was like, oh, I don't think I'll be able to level it. And then I saw that Harmony Trailblazer uses all of the mats that Robin did. And since I lost my 50-50, I was like, though I never grind traces to get it like everything maxed. So I wasn't able to get everything maxed. I think I had got it up to like 8, but still. I need to max more of my character's traces, man. It's just grinding the traces takes so long in Star Rail. Because I also got her level up materials and those went to Boot Hill. Isn't it funny how that works? Isn't it funny how that works? I've been grinding so much in Hawkeye Star Rail. Anyway. Sorry, I'm stretching a bit. It's been a day. It's been an interesting day, dude. But no, like, legit, real talk. I have loved Alhaitham so much. So much! It's just, I'm having a hard time with his rotations because it's very specific at times because of how his, Dendro application or like infusion works. You have to like do certain things at a certain time and like play your characters at a certain time. I'm definitely not there yet, but it's been a blast. Plus this team comp I'm running just has like an insane amount of ER. Like, except it's just insane. It works so well. Anyway, welcome to Honkai Star Rail. Or not Honkai Star Rail, to Genshin. Welcome to Genshin. We were talking about Honkai Star Rail. Welcome to Genshin, guys. As you can see, only Clorinde's story quest is available right now. Siege Queens will be available later, but because of the story update that's going to happen with Honkai Star Rail, we probably won't get to it until later. But after we do Clorinde's quest today, we'll be basically all caught up with Genshin stuff, which makes me very happy. I love it when I'm all caught up on my games. it makes life easier. Makes it so much easier. So I will admit though, I've heard such good things about Clorinde's quest. Like, I was kind of browsing today just to see just to get an estimate of how long Clorinde's quest was, and apparently I saw a lot of people saying that this was like their favorite character story quest. Not to overhype it, but a lot of people have a lot of high praises for this quest. So I'm really excited to check it out for once. So excited to catch up with Star Rail, then have it continue. And again, the very next week, it's gonna be good. But yeah, that, I will warn you, Mock. You're probably feeling it. That quest, the most recent story update, it's very long. It's very long. I want to say where you are right now. I could be wrong, but I think if memory serves, you're a little over halfway. Or maybe you're like barely halfway. It's a long one. I will fully admit, I'm kind of hoping that the next story update won't be as long, but we'll see. It's halfway. Yeah. It's long, dude. I thought I was almost done. It took me about, if I did my math right, 11 to 12 hours to finish the Honkai Star Rail story in its entirety. I have a friend who finished it in 9. It's long. Waiting for Zenless Zone Zero room and we'll be stuck in oil loop. I'm excited to try it out. I will fully admit, I don't think I'm going to probably stick with Zenless Zone Zero. It doesn't seem like the type of game that I particularly end up sticking with. That said, I definitely want to try it because the animations in Zenless Zone Zero just look so good. It like scratches the itch of my animation brain. Everything is just so fluid and lovely to look at, and everything's so bouncy. So I at least want to check it out. I don't think I'll stick with it, but I want to try it. It looks fun. I'm just terrified to play third gacha. Dude, right? Like, I'm trying to play Wuthering Waves in my own time, and even I'm struggling with that. Now, granted, I do tend to go a little bit extreme with my current gacha games. So, part of that would partially be on me as a person. But, yeah, it makes me sad because I really like Wuthering Waves, but I just feel like I can't dedicate that time to it. Which is why I kind of really want to catch up on, like, Genshin and Star Rail a little bit more so that I can free up more of my time. But that's going to be difficult. My biggest complaint is why are some really cool games gacha games, man? I was actually kind of reminiscing about this the other day where I was like, I've loved playing these games so much, but man, do I sometimes miss just being able to sit down, play a game to the end, and then moving on. like I've been really feeling it the last few weeks. I'm definitely not dropping the gacha games that I am playing, but man, just one of those It's just been like this last month. I've been really wishing that these games could just be like fully complete, you know? Capitalism, you're not wrong. The predatory nature of gacha games and microtransactions unfortunately became super popular, that all these really cool stuff now incorporate it all. Let's see. I knew Wuwa was too dangerous to me, so I've intentionally become a Wuwa hater. As in, I convinced myself to avoid it, treat it with scores so I never get tempted, but I want to be an actual hater. Yeah, I mean, it's fair to just be like, I know myself and I have to avoid it, because that's me. Genuinely, that's me with, oh, I lost it. Final Fantasy XIV. Genuinely, that's me. I know for a fact I would love Final Fantasy XIV. I know I would. But that's exactly why I have to avoid it. Without going into detail, there is family history that I have of some of my family members getting too addicted to MMORPGs. So I have to be really careful when it comes to that. I know I would love Final Fantasy XIV, but if I am not careful, it will be bad for me. One of those things. Genshin and Star Rail has that, but it's in a more manageable way for me that I'm okay with it. But yeah, anyway, I just wish they fixed their performance. They are working on it, and their questionable PR doesn't help. What part of it is questionable, if I can ask? I have my own thoughts on it, but I'm curious to know what you are noticing. Because in general, I think that developers are very kind and nice. In my opinion, they're very kind. Like, it's honestly, you know, as a Genshin player, it's kind of insane how nice they are. That said, sometimes I do wish they were more firm about some stuff instead of bending over backwards for a few things. That's my biggest worry when it comes to Wuthering Waves. They're so nice and generous, but how much is that going to lead to people taking advantage of the developers and just complaining for the sake of complaining and getting things changed, you know? That's my feelings on it. I think it's got great potential, but I do wish they were a little bit more firm, which is weird to say for a gacha game, but I don't know. I just have concerns, and maybe this is the Hoyo player coming out, and people are like, no, this is how all gachas should be. I don't know. It makes me think about that one horror theme. That one horror themed one by the Lobotomy Company people? Wait, horror themed. Is that a gacha game? Horror themed one. I feel like I'm missing context. I'm so sorry. Man, can you believe we're almost done with everything Fontaine and we'll be moving on? I was so happy when we got back to Sumeru, but I'm getting there a little bit with Fontaine where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be a little sad to see it, but it's nowhere near as sad as I was when we said goodbye to Sumeru. Limbus Company. Indie horror role-playing. Oh, for mobile devices. I see. It was released in February 2023. Dystopian. Lobotomy Corporation. Library of Runia. Or Runa. Runa? Meh. Has gacha elements, making it possible to spend real money.
Wikipedia.
Okay. Was there... Oh, I don't see anything regarding what happened with that game. Interesting. Alright. Korean-made devs had a good relationship with their fan base, but Korean misogyny is strong, and when one of their artists got unfairly targeted, they didn't even try to protect her. Ah. That I unfortunately... I don't want to... When I say I unfortunately understand, what I mean is... What I mean is, I know that is very prevalent, unfortunately, and it makes me sad. 10 polls for the 30 million downloads thing they were going to do. Yeah, that's Like, it's one of those things where they did the reward, and like that's where my biggest concern comes from. And also people complaining about Scar's design. Like, give me the onigiri back. But like when they're like, we got feedback and now we're gonna give it to everybody. That was the moment where I was like, I hope you guys can be a little bit more firm in the future. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the wishes. I love the summoning resources, but how much is this gonna be a trend? You know? I don't know. I could be overthinking and overdramatic, you know? People felt so comfortable making demands with them that when people were mad at them, they were literally allowed into their office building. Ugh. Ugh, that's dangerous and scary. Yikes. It's tough. It's a tough balance. Because you want to be kind to your player base, otherwise they'll riot. I mean, look how many people hate Genshin for their lack of rewards, among other things. But I worry about the opposite, where, you know, people are too willing to listen to some fans that are dumb. That's the normal trend nowadays. Unfortunately, it's a double-edged thing to me, because on some ways I think it can be really beneficial, but on other ways it's like sometimes the fans don't know what they need. But who am I to say? I play Genshin. People would automatically disregard my opinion when it comes to gacha games. I like legit. My video of me getting links for Honkai Star Rail is gone. It's blown up. It's kind of insane. But I've got a comment the other day where someone was like, "Clearly, you've never played another gacha game before." I'm like, I've played gacha games for like over 10 years. What do you mean? Actually, has it been over 10 years? It at least has been over 9 years. Maybe 8. Either way, I've played it for a long time. But yeah, it's weird. Over a character not showing enough skin? Oh, of course it was. Of course it was. All right. Well, with that out of the way, feel free to keep chatting. I'm going to start Clorinde's quest. I love seeing your guys' comments, and I am going to be reading it while we go through the quest. Just as a heads up, I'm not ignoring chat. I just like to focus on the quest, especially because if I don't, we're going to be here forever. So, Clorinde cast episode! Yay! Yay! All right, where does this actually start? On the streets of Fontaine. Okay. Let's go. Let me zoom in again. So yeah, I'm really excited. I want to know what the hype about this is all about. Why do people love this one so much?
Huh? Do you also see Navia and Clorinde over there? They look like they might have run into some kind of trouble. Let's go check out what's going on.
Ooh! Hey girl, hey.
Still no dice?
Not at all. And I've asked pretty much everyone in the court of Fontaine already.
These two, I know, I will believe it. It makes me so happy to see these two together, especially because I partially ship it. Happy Pride Month, everybody! Look at them being on good terms!
Lynette's ears drooped as soon as she heard that we'd have to be out and about for days on end. And Fremine, he hid himself under his helmet as soon as he realized there'd be people around that he didn't know.
What about Chiori and Charlotte? I feel like both of them would be more than up to it.
I've asked them already, but they're both pretty busy right now. I just gave the members of the Spina a few days off, too, so I don't want to bother them either.
This is getting pretty difficult.
Oh my gosh, imagine animations. Navia, Clorinde, what's up?
What's up?
Oh my. Well, if it isn't my dear partners, how are you all doing?
Huh. Navia?
Oh?
Huh?
I feel a request coming.
Oh, you mean...
Yep, this is our chance.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What are you gonna do?
Do you need our help with something?
Oh, precisely. My dear partners, we've got a huge problem right now that only you can solve.
Whoa, for real?
I'm scared.
Absolutely. We've already exhausted all our other options.
What kind of problem?
Traveler, Paimon, Would you join us and play Marechaussee Hunter Judgment Day?
Marechaussee what now?
It's a new game script by the Tabletop Troupe, a local roleplay adventure club.
Okay. You know what? I'm interested.
Ever heard of the Tabletop Troupe? They put out games that allow you to participate in a story and roleplay characters with your friends. Oh, I've loved their stuff ever since I was a kid.
Is this the equivalent of Wizards of the Coast?
That sounds super interesting.
It's the tabletop RPG episode. It is! It sounds like it at least. Which makes a few things I saw on the online make more sense. I'm excited.
Clorinde and I are both veteran members of the club. Recently, someone came up with a new script and was looking for people to help playtest it for them. And when they asked, of course I couldn't refuse. I mean, come on. A brand new script? Nobody has ever played it before.
Generally speaking, scripts at that level of development have a lot of issues, but I think this one is pretty solid. The author obviously put a lot of work into the story, and the world building is also quite credible.
Whoa. I know I was the one that handed you the script, but some of us haven't read it yet. No spoilers, please.
Anyway, the script calls for a team of 4. Ah, yes. We're missing one final player right now.
You were right. That is a big problem.
So, you're saying you'll help us out? I knew I could count on you, partner.
Paimon and the Traveler are kind of a package deal. Is that okay?
That's not a problem. I'll adjust the pace based on the actual number of players and ensure that everyone has a good time.
Well, Traveler, what do you think? Wanna play? Paimon will follow your lead.
I always help a friend in need.
Well, that solves our problem. You have our thanks.
Woohoo! I'll go grab the script manager from the club right away.
The script manager? Didn't you just say that you gave Clorinde the script?
The club introduced a completely new kind of gameplay for the script. In this iteration, the Game Master's version of the script is incomplete. The script manager provides the next part of the script only after players have completed the current list of objectives.
Interesting. It sounds like a joint DM thing.
On top of that, in order to increase player immersion, the club has created some of the story's sets and scenes in real life. We'll only know where we should go once the script manager reveals the starting location.
Wow, you're right. Whoever wrote this script really did put in a lot of work.
And it's got a real healthy amount of suspense, right? I mean, even the GM doesn't know how the story will end.
I look forward to experiencing it with you all.
Why don't you go meet up with the others first? They should all be waiting at Chioria Boutique. I'll come over with the script manager as soon as I find them.
Sounds good. Remember to always watch where you're going, and don't rush.
You say that like I'm 6 years old or something. Let me think. What kind of character should I play this time?
Ooh, what would Navia be? Can you imagine Navia as a barbarian?
I just hope you'll pick up some useful skills this time. Oh, and stop trying to persuade every animal you come across.
Never mind, that's a ranger behavior. Silent Night. Ooh. Not Wizard of the Coast, let's hope Paizo. Oh, that makes more sense. Yeah, I didn't know the creators of Pathfinder. That makes more sense because I agree they would have less controversy. Listen, I may like D&D more than Pathfinder, but even I will admit Wizards of the Coast has an interesting track record. I think she's a barbarian. I hope so. I hope so. Dude, Navia as a barbarian would be so fun. Hear me out. I'm here. Rangers have good skills. Barbarians do not, but they usually have connection. True! If it was the totem barbarian? Barbarian? If it was the totem barbarian where you can have like a different animal totem like represent the abilities you get. Yes. Anyway, Chioria Boutique. Brina and Liddy!
Sorry to keep you waiting.
You're back! Huh? And you've got the Traveler and Paimon with you too!
What a pleasant surprise. I assume you'll be joining us for the game then?
Linny, Farina! Paimon didn't know you were playing too. Are you also members of the Tabletop Troupe?
Hi!
I'm more of a casual member if anything. I haven't taken part in many formal club activities. Lynette, Fremine, and I play something similar at the Hotel Bouffe Tété sometimes, but I'm usually the GM. Still, I'm sure it'll be fun being a player for the first time. I'm looking forward to it.
Linny is the forever DM.
Well, I'm not a member of the club at all. Clorinde simply woke me up first thing this morning, said there was a good script worth experiencing, and asked if I wanted in.
If you're interested, I can give you a referral. That should give you a 40% discount on membership fees.
I think I'll wait to see how this experience plays out first, especially when it comes to the quality of the script. If it's sufficiently fun, then I'll join.
I also just realized I like the idea. Now we're seeing the lighthearted Clorinde. It's like when we've learned the lighthearted side of Sino, where Clorinde at first was like all business, all these like rumors of how, like, you know, being a champion duelist, fighting people to the death. And now she's like, hey guys, do you want to join my D&D game? That'd be actually really cool. No pressure if you don't want to, but like, do you want to join? You could play different characters, and it's really cool. There's always a different story every time, and we get to make the choices and change the script. Anyway, I love it, so... This is it!
Do you participate in a lot of tabletop troop activities, Clorinde?
If you don't say yes, I'm gonna take everything back.
You could say that.
Yes!
She's actually one of the few senior game masters of the troop.
It's true!
Right. I knew about that even when she was still my subordinate.
It's nothing. Really, just a small hobby of mine.
Wow. Paimon's so used to seeing you be all upstanding and intimidating as the champion duelist. It's kind of hard to imagine you role-playing with a bunch of friends.
This is exactly why I should just keep clicking. I should just keep clicking, because the game will explain my thoughts. If we have a problem with any of the rules, do we have to submit a duel request to you?
Surely you jest. I would never intentionally make things difficult for my players. I maintain a clear boundary between my professional and personal lives. The me you see at court represents the law and order of Fontaine. I put all personal feelings to the side and grant a fair duel to all who seek to defend their honor. But in my personal life, I'm just an ordinary person. Someone who feels anger and sadness, just like everyone else.
Well, you say that, but for all the time I've known you, I don't think I've ever seen you cry. I've seen you get angry, sure, but now I'm wondering whether you were actually mad or if it just looked that way from the outside.
I was probably in work mode during those times.
Is that so? Well, in any case, I just feel like even in your personal life, you don't get emotional very often.
So you want to see me cry? That might be a little difficult. A show of anger, though, that might be something I could accomplish.
No, that's not what I meant.
Do you think Clorinde is a GM who does a lot of physical demonstration stuff? Like, she'll act out parts? I kind of hope so. I love the idea of someone who's, like, very timid, but then when it comes to, like, D&D or acting, they go all out.
Here, allow me to introduce you to the script manager, Mr. Florian.
Pleasure to meet you all.
Oh my gosh, look at this fancy getup. I love your hat with the big floofy... It's supposed to be a feather, I think, but if not, with the big floofiness.
Hello? Wait, are you a champion duelist too, Mr. Florian?
Oh, no. This is just the costume provided by the club. I occasionally play a few of the roles in my scripts.
That sounds like a lot of work.
It's nothing. It's the least we can do to give the players a more immersive experience. Anyway, allow me to give you a brief introduction of the script. This script was adapted from the real history of the Marachose Hunters. You all will play the role of hunters from a bygone era and resolve a series of events unfolding in the capital.
Paimon's not super familiar with the history of the Marachose Hunters. Is that a problem?
Oh, no problem at all. I can give you a brief rundown. So, basically, Marachose Hunters were people who dedicate themselves to hunting monsters and protecting the city by using a special swordsmanship technique passed down over generations. Their story can be traced back to the ancient Remurian dynasty, as well as the first hunter, Cassiodor. But I'll leave the finer details for you to seek out and discover later.
And I'll provide additional commentary as the story progresses.
In that case, brave hunters, are you ready to set out on an unknown adventure?
Oh, just one sentence and it's like we're in the story already.
Aha, I see many a determined gaze before me. Very well, head over to this location and begin your heroic journey.
Is it a tavern? Many of the greatest adventures starts at a tavern.
So, as we follow the story, it leads us to specific scenes? Ooh, sounds pretty innovative. What does the message in the envelope say?
It's the exact location of the scene, as well as the formal permission to use the venue. Huh, seems like they have everything prepared. Please check all your belongings, everyone, and make sure you haven't forgotten anything. Once you're ready, please follow me to the designated location.
Sounds good. Hunter Squad, move out!
Yay!
Is it a tavern? To the game venue. Is it a hotel? No. It's not any of that. All right. JK, I guess. Gonna do things a little different, which is fine. We don't have to start in a tavern. That's okay. Although I don't really see why we need permission to use this venue. It is just land. Is it property? Does someone own this property? Who owns the property? Is it the Court of Fontaine itself? It's quite a ways away, too. Gosh, imagine after all of my bragging of me completing 100% exploration, if we come across a treasure chest that I haven't found. I know there are some out there, but it's really difficult to find now. This looks like the place.
Whoa. They really have thought of everything. Even the phaetometer is here and ready to go for us.
The phaetometer. What's that?
It's a card that's used to determine action success or failure. We'll need to use it when we try to use certain skills.
Is the mechanic from Lynette's hangout coming into play?
And what about all the dessert and tea? Is that for us as well?
That's what the message said.
Oh, really? That's so nice. It feels just like a tea party with friends.
Those snacks have Paimon's name written all over them.
I think you might be more of a snack hunter than a Marashose hunter, Paimon.
Snack Hunter Paimon reported for duty. If there are delicious snacks to be found, Paimon will track down every last one.
The desserts are great. But I'm still looking forward to the story more than anything.
Very fair. Then, let us begin.
Yay!
First, please pick up the blank character cards in front of you, and write down your name and profession.
Hold on, I just saw your message, Bach. This is actually fun for me because my current Pathfinder game is ending and I need to make a new character. It's like the start of a new campaign all over again. You're gonna experience that twice, I guess.
You can find an abbreviated version of the rules printed on the back of your character card. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. In this story, everyone is a Marashose hunter. To reflect this, the club has prepared a small badge for everyone.
Oh, do we all get to wear it?
Ooh, nice.
Did you see that crap? Yes, I did! It's stuck! It's stuck on the chess pieces! Oh no, it's gonna stay there this whole time. Hey, Mr. Crab. Oh, there you go. Hey, bud. Oh, yeah, feel free to get off the... Oh no, you're stuck again. It's okay. Oh, I'm sure we have another room for another one. Another player, right? We can have one for Mr. Krabs here. He just really wants to play. No, my badge! You stay away from my badge, you stupid crab. No! Stop! What are you doing to my badge? Stop it! Stop! No! Please move off of my badge! No! Crab! Crab! Crab, get off my badge! Crab! Have you guys seen that video of that girl yelling at a bear to not mess with her kayak? Crab! That's not your badge! That's mine! Crabby situation. Well, this is gonna get awkward. Oh, there it goes! Bye! To the pot it goes. I guess it's just gonna stay here. I should have clicked because I have a feeling it was gonna zoom in on the badge when the crab was on top of it. Oh, I love you. I love you, Sir Crab. Well, I guess he's just here now.
As hunters, you have proficiency in swordsmanship and fighting by default, so there's no need to allocate any additional skill points to those areas.
Swordsmanship? So there's a fighting part to all of this? Paimon's not not sure she can do all that on her own. Maybe Paimon can just stick with you?
Why don't you share a character card then? The Traveler will be the Marashose Hunter, and you can be her little floating assistant.
Kinda like in real life.
It just caught me off guard seeing this vibrating crab in the corner.
I heard you guys are playing tabletop games. Do you mind if I join you? I love tabletop games.
Thank you for the clips. I appreciate that so much. Gosh, I need to catch up on clips. I want to upload the stuff that you guys are clipping. Maybe I should just do that without, even if I haven't released like my highlight reel thing that I want to release.
So, for the name, do I fill it out with the name of my character?
Yep. It can be any name you like.
You can use your real name too if you want. I do that whenever I get too lazy to think of a new name.
Oh, so it would be like experiencing a different life, but still as yourself.
I was already on it.
That's not a bad idea.
I love both clips. I'm going to look at both of them. Thank you guys so much for clipping this. I'm so excited to view this later. Thank you.
In that case, I think I'll continue to use the name Linny then.
Next up is the skill sheet. You have a limited amount of skill points that you can use to learn a number of skills. The more points you invest in a particular skill, the easier it will be to pass associated checks.
I'll take persuasion and investigation. Those are must-haves when it comes to missions like these.
Oh, those skills sound like they'd be useful for gathering intelligence. Good idea, Navia.
I just realized
As expected of a veteran player.
the crab moved. The crab got a little bit closer to Paimon. Paimon, I can take your role. Together we can play as one character. I can play two. Fine. Ignore me. I'll get on top of this chest then. I'll oversee the game. I will be the GM now.
So, should we also take those skills then?
Not necessarily. Since we're working together as a team, we could leave the negotiations to Navia and use our skill points to pick up other useful skills.
It's true. Oh my gosh, that crab is so close. Farida, watch out. That crab has got a really big pincer. It's stuck on the teacup. I guess it's fine. That's your familiar, crab. Who wants the crab as their familiar? Sir Crab, you're welcome to stay as a familiar. Okay, just keep chilling.
For example, I think I'll take stealth and sleight of hand. That will give us more options if we run into any situations we can't negotiate our way out of.
Of course Linny would get those skills, but also, Crab, I would like it if you got off that chess piece, please.
Oh, interesting. I wasn't thinking about it like that. I suppose it's not so different from an acting troupe. Everyone has their own role to play. Let me see. I'll take arts and performance. I'm not quite sure what use they'll be, but I'm not as knowledgeable about the other skills, and I am not too confident I'd be able to roleplay them well.
That's okay, Farina. Just be careful of your card and your badge. That crab seems a little too excited to grab them.
Well, that leaves us. What do you want to learn, Traveler?
Crab is gonna be stuck a bit. Crab! 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 Don't touch my badge! What do I want to learn? Insight!
Oh, something that'll help you get a read on other people's thoughts. Sounds useful.
And then cooking.
Ha! Gotta say, this suits you really well. Nothing boosts morale like good food. So what do you think? Are you sure you want to learn these two skills?
Wait, hold on.
Sure, what do you want to learn?
Insight?
Oh, something that'll help you get a read on other
Medicine.
people's thoughts. Ooh, so you want to help people when they're injured. That's nice of you. So what do you think? Are you sure you want to learn these two skills?
Yep. My got a crab stuck on Clorinde's rear. Oh no, Clorinde.
Let's see. Oh, looks like you each have enough points to choose one final skill.
Medicine? Are you a druid or a cleric? Oh, true. That would work. Honestly, I'd most likely be a cleric. Probably. Although I haven't played a druid recently. The most recent character I made was a cleric. I haven't played a druid. Maybe I'd play a druid for fun.
You've all
I tend to,
picked
like,
such
pick-
classic skills. It's fine to go a little bit out of the box, you know.
I know, but I thought it'd be useful. Let's see, what type of characters do I usually play? I feel like I play a variety of characters. No, wait, actually, the most recent character I built wasn't a cleric. It's a sorcerer, but it's a divine soul sorcerer, so that's why I got it mixed up with cleric. What was the last character I built? Bard. Bard. I usually like the more interesting roles. I've never played a cleric over the 10 years somehow. And I'm being... Ooh, that'll be fun. That'll be fun.
Why do I get the feeling she's getting ready to cause trouble?
Gotta keep an eye out for these players, man.
For example, this one here. Summon. Doesn't it sound super mysterious and cool?
Oh, I saw that one just now as well. The description says, this skill can be used under certain circumstances to summon characters or creatures that fit the script's world-building rules.
The script's world-building rules, huh? But how are we supposed to know what a Marashose hunter can summon?
Well, I have a feeling one is a crab.
Oh, that's not for us to worry about, my friend. Just learn the skills that interest you, and the GM will take care of the rest.
More work for the GM.
All right, you've convinced Paimon. Let's learn Summon then. Paimon can't wait to see what kind of thing shows up.
Well, now that everyone's more or less finished creating their characters, we can begin. Since 2 of our players are doing this for the first time, though, let me ask, would you like to play on easy mode or authentic mode?
Authentic!
What's the difference between the two?
Well, in role-playing games, the story sometimes changes based on the decisions of the players and the results of the Fatometer.
Yes!
For example, if you fail a check, that means you cannot use the target skill in that scenario. A critical failure may even result in further negative consequences.
Authentic.
If you choose to play in authentic mode, every time you elect to use a skill, you'll need to use the Fatometer to see whether you succeed or fail, and
Oh,
face
gosh.
any consequences that may follow.
Oh gosh, we're getting 2 crabs on the table. More summons, more familiars.
If you choose easy mode instead, every check will be successful by default, and you won't have to worry about luck playing a factor.
Authentic. Random checks triggered. It is like Lynette's Hangout. So for those who don't know, this mechanic was in Lynette's Hangout, and I actually really liked it, so I'm kind of happy they put it in Clorinde's too. Mr. President, the second crab has climbed on top of the table. Mr. President! Crisis! Another crab has appeared. Oh, hey, it's Steve! Hi, Steve, there has been a tabletop over there. Oh my gosh, Arnie! I want to play! I usually play rogues. Let me steal the whole party's loot. Current large concept of cleric is lawful good deity of executions and a hell knight, which is good, dedicated to love of else. Oh, you can tell they're only good guys in stories. Yes. Ooh, you can tell because of their spiky black armor. And their title. Okay. So I've done this before because this was in Lynette's Hangout. Current check bonuses will be added. Yep.
Given that I'd like to focus on the story, I suppose I should pick easy mode. I'd feel bad if I brought the team down by failing my checks.
No. That's part of the authentic experience, dude.
Oh, come on. Don't worry about that. RNG is the lifeblood of role-playing games. I'm going with authentic mode for sure. Never knowing what you might have to overcome. Ugh, doesn't that sound exciting?
I'd rather be mentally prepared for what might happen.
All right, then I'll mark down Farina for easy mode. All her checks will be successful by default. As usual, Navia and Linny will play on authentic mode.
Navia, you got a crab in your tea. You might want to, take care of that and get it out so that you can drink your tea.
What about you, dear partner? How would you like to play?
Authentic.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Trust me, you'll see the beauty of RNG. Honestly, I don't think Clorinde would make things too difficult for us no matter what the Fatometer says. Isn't that right, Clorinde?
No promises.
That wasn't super reassuring.
Well, anyway, enough talk. Let's get started. I want to experience at least a good chunk of the story today.
Oh my gosh, there's a third crab! Everyone keep your eyes out. We might get a third crab on the table.
Speaking of the story, why is the beginning scene on a beach?
Well, that's because a long time ago,
Whoa!
back when human civilization was still in its infancy, powerful demons and evil sorcerers ruled over the land. They created a host of monsters and sent them to slaughter all humans in existence.
Oh my gosh, the UI! The UI! Hold on. Let me move myself so you can see Clorinde. Hold on. Look! Look at her! She's so pretty! Oh my gosh! I love it! Oh, there's the crab.
Soon, a group of human rebels banded together. With their swords raised, they swore to brave the darkness, and in doing so, subdue each and every monster that sought their destruction. They became known as the Marachose Hunters.
That makes character names. Ooh, true. Oh, this is the loading screen. Oh, look at our little badges. They're so cute. I hope we could name our character or see what people named.
Sometime later, as a member of the Marachose Hunters, you receive a commission. Following the address provided on the message, you take a boat and arrive at this strange city. As you inhale, you can taste the slightly salty air of the docks as you begin to survey your surroundings.
Oh my gosh.
There aren't many people in the vicinity, but you do take note of a few others who, like you, seem to be sizing up this place.
Oh my gosh, this is like so authentic. Holy crap. Ah!
Your eyes meet, and you realize these people are fellow Marachose hunters, likely led to this location after receiving the same commission as you.
Hold on. I'm curious. Maybe I should. Hold on. Is this good? Is this good? I don't want to get in the way.
You're all Marachose hunters too, right? Allow me to introduce myself. The name's Navia, monster hunter by trade and helpful neighborhood businesswoman on the side.
Oh my gosh, she's so cute, guys. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. She's so cute. Maybe I could just stick down here. Hi. Thanks for the head pat. Okay, this should be good enough. This should be good enough. I don't want to get in the way of the art. I'll adjust myself later, hopefully. Hopefully I remember. This is so good. This is amazing. This is so good.
What say you to traveling together? We can help each other out on the road.
Okay, count me in.
Oh my gosh, ladies art. Look at ladies art, dude.
My name is Linny. I've been wandering since I was little and picked up a few less than legal tricks along the way. I was adopted by a Marachose hunter and later chose to follow in his footsteps.
My gosh, he is a rogue. This looks like one firefly beam. Wait, what do you mean one firefly beam? What do you mean? What do you mean? Also, I realized I could like hide my mouth. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Hi. I just didn't want to get in the way with the art, dude.
Is this where you introduce your character to everyone? It sounds like they've done this dozens of times. My name is Farina, and, I grew up in a noble family. I always had a strong interest in performance and the arts. Even though I'm a Marachose hunter, what I really want is to be a performing artiste.
Oh my gosh, she is a bird!
Hey, that's really cool. You can do it, Farina. That's exactly how it's done.
Saw Lindy from the hit series Fontaine, you're solid. Bum, 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 bum. I will say, when I went to record for Chaos Canceling this week, actually we didn't record, we streamed, and I sung the Snake Eater song, it made me realize how much of that song I didn't know. But, you know, we were kind of joking about Link and Snake because we were fighting a dragon. And it popped in my head and I had to sing it. What a thrill. Ba 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 da ba da ba. What a thrill. Anyway.
Paimon is Paimon, a good friend and friend to this Marashose hunter right here.
Oh my gosh! Look! Look how cute she is! Look how cute she is! Oh, what a precious bean!
I've been studying medicine ever since I was a child. I want to do my part to eradicate these monsters and use what I've learned to heal others.
Oh my gosh! Look! Look, it's so cute!
I think I know most of Snakey just by never playing the game. It's one of those things where I know the melody, I don't know the words. Skin, please. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy, dude.
Oh, welcome, welcome. When we face the monsters, I'll make sure to charge in front to give everyone some cover. You can take care of the healing at the back.
You open your envelopes at the same time. The message reads, "To the honorable and trustworthy Marashose hunters, our kingdom is currently facing a grave crisis. The lands outside the capital have been overtaken by monsters, and our people are being led astray by forces of wickedness. We beseech you, please help us resolve this crisis and return peace and stability to our home."
Huh. The layout of this city looks super familiar. It kind of reminds Paimon of Mondstadt. Ooh.
The scriptwriter must have used a real-world city as a reference when coming up with the map.
As experienced hunters, the layout of the city reminds you of places once traveled. You recall the sight of tree-lined streets and the gentle tranquility of days gone by.
Trying to think, what would be a good position for my model, dude?
Yet, as you regard the city in front of you, it appears to be little more than an empty shell. Its hollow gates are open to you, beckoning you to come forth and bring salvation back to the town.
I carefully read every line of the letter and turn my attention to the signatures at the bottom. Who issued this commission to us?
You see a long string of unfamiliar names. It would seem that many of the residents of the city issued this commission together. They sensed that things were not right within the kingdom and sent a distress signal to the outside world.
In that case, why don't we take a walk around the city and see if we can learn anything from the local residents?
Oh, good idea. We might be able to get some leads on the monsters and bad guys we're after.
I have a thought. Hold on. As much as I like being in the corner, I have a thought. Hold on. I could either, let's see. There's the little heart. I could either be a really small bean, not get in the way, or weird thing. Hold on. Or I could do, let's see how this looks. I need to check something. I can add it. What is it? Oh, hold on. Let me try something weird. Oh, hello. Hello. Is this too weird? Oh my gosh, this is... Is this too weird? Will that work? Will this work? Or should I just be small? Has approached chat. I could eat you guys. Oh, I would have to move chat too, actually. Now that I think about it. I can't do that. I'd have to move chat. That's way too much effort. Or I could move chat above me. Where is my chat? Whoop! Now we can smack you with our words? No, you can't. Not anymore. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. All right, we'll try this for now. Welcome to the weirdness that this is this. No, my offensive powers over the streamer. Ah. Although it's interesting because now I can actually look at chat over here. What's up, guys? Oh my gosh, I have something in my eye. Excuse me.
You look up and see a tavern nearby.
There it is.
It appears to be open for the day.
To be honest, the orientation of this and the part on my hair actually matches how my old model looked like.
Why don't we go check out that tavern? If the novels I've read are anything to go by, taverns are usually full of information.
Oh my gosh, I just realized. We have all of the trial characters. Oh, this is definitely my build. this is definitely my build. We have a trial Red Farina, and of course she has her new weapon. Can't wait for Farina to do a 6 solo. I hope she can. That'd be awesome. Dang, that's great weapon. So they're all gonna be C3. Dang those stats. Lenny, look at their shiny 5-star weapons. I actually have this. I wish I could use my actual Navia. Where is my actual Navia? Let's look at stats. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh. So this Navia actually has more attack stats than I do. And more elemental mastery. 79, 136. Oh, but I beat it there. And I have more defense. Although it's not needed on her. You have Lydia's 5-star weapon, just not Linny? Oh, dang! Because Lydia's weapon actually will be used in other ones?
As you approach the tavern, you find a plainly dressed woman standing nearby. She appears to be rather troubled about something.
Well, okay.
Greetings, friend. Lovely weather we're having today, don't you think?
Oh, hello. I suppose you're right. The weather today is quite lovely. If only those monsters out there would stop causing trouble.
It seems like every character included in the script has a certain amount of useful information to offer. If we keep asking questions, we might be able to get some good leads.
Oh, come now, don't be sad. Life is all about optimism. Oh, that reminds me. What did you have for breakfast this morning?
Huh?
I don't think that's the kind of question we're supposed to ask.
But it's the kind of question a player will ask the DM to put them on the spot.
Nothing turns a frown upside down like good food. How about some macarons? I could make you some.
You didn't even take cooking as one of your skill proficiencies.
That's not necessary, miss. Excuse me for saying this, but you don't really look like a chef. Besides, I'm not really a fan of sweets.
So you're someone who barely smiles and doesn't like sweets. You're really starting to remind me of this one friend of mine.
I was actually gonna call out. I was like, I think this NPC has the same VA as Clorinde, and
Hey, did she just me?
Clorinde must have broke character for a second.
it happens.
This isn't getting us anywhere. Traveler, maybe you can think of something.
I'd like to do an insight check to see what's troubling here.
The results of insight checks aren't disclosed to the players, so I'll be the one consulting the phaetometer.
Ooh! Check complete. Okay. How did I do?
You recall all the lessons you've learned in your time and begin to carefully observe the woman's mannerisms. You notice that when she's quiet, she has an empty look in her eyes, as if her thoughts have drifted to a place far, far away. And when she speaks, she often subconsciously reaches out to touch the ring on her left hand.
Did something happen to your husband?
So you noticed. That's a little embarrassing. A horde of monsters suddenly appeared near the capital recently, so all the guards were dispatched to fight them.
Do you remember when those monsters appeared?
I'm not completely sure. All I know is that my husband was dispatched to fight them 3 days ago.
Do you know where he was sent?
It all happened so fast. When we said our goodbyes, he couldn't even tell me where they were sending him.
You have our thanks, friend. We'll find and defeat those monsters as soon as possible. We sincerely hope your husband will be able to return to your side soon.
Thank you.
Don't worry. We'll find him. Just try to remain optimistic and wait for good news. We don't always get to choose what happens to us. But we do get to choose the little things like what we eat and how we respond to the things life throws our way. I hope that one day, you too will recognize the power of something as small and inconsequential as a delicious dessert.
I'll do my best.
I do wonder what class Navia is. Like, she's definitely being a little bit herself, but I do wonder what she is. That's how Pathfinder 2E does it? Oh, really? That's cool. That's cool.
You bid farewell to the woman and continue your journey further into the city.
Okay. We have to explore the surrounding area. I like how it's still playing Fontaine music, too.
The streets appear largely empty. An elderly woman walks past. You see her shake her head as she puts away her wrinkled wallet. A nearby merchant folds his arms and gives you a disdainful look. You get the impression that he's someone who has long gotten used to the sight before him.
Although he doesn't seem very friendly, merchants are usually a good source of information, right?
Pardon me, sir. I'd like to ask a question if I may.
That depends. How much are you willing to pay?
That's so cool! Clorinde gets to voice all the NPCs! Yes!
How about this much?
What do you take me for?
Yes!
Some lowly beggar? You can't even buy half an onion with that amount.
Yes! Yes! Oh, this makes me so happy! Ah!
Surely an onion can't be that expensive, right?
What do you know? War's nearly upon us. Everything costs several times what it did before. If you're not gonna buy anything, then scram.
Whoa, what a nasty guy. Maybe we shouldn't even bother talking to him.
But he still might have information we need. Traveler, can you think of something?
Lady!
Okay, while everyone is talking, I secretly use my magic props to summon a bottle of wine without the merchant noticing.
Ooh, sleight of hand. 10! Nice!
We meant no offense, sir. Here, allow me to offer you this bottle of vintage wine, made only from the finest grapes. I'll just leave it here. Please, enjoy it at your leisure. I should mention that this wine is the perfect accompaniment to a meal. I'd suggest enjoying it with dinner.
All right. Go on and ask. What do you want to know?
Do you have any information on the monsters or the crisis that has overtaken the kingdom?
Crisis? If you ask me, there's a crisis everywhere you look. Those monsters are camped outside the city, and they've been destroying all our trade routes. We have limited reserves within the city, so if this continues, we're all gonna be in big trouble.
Wait, you're saying no one has put a plan in place to distribute supplies or maintain order?
We could all starve, and those nobles in the palace wouldn't even break a sweat. Who knows? Maybe they've been in cahoots with the monsters all along.
That is concerning. Thank you, sir. We won't take up any more of your time now.
Can I insight check? It's too late.
Hey, why did you leave in such a hurry?
Well, you see, that bottle of wine was just a cardboard prop.
Ah.
Should we try to go somewhere with more people?
Oh, how about the city square? Follow me.
Okay. This is single-handedly gonna make me do every bit of Catch a Story I've ever missed. I think all you need to be able to do this is the Archon quests, I think. I don't know if you need to do the recent Archon quest or if you just need to finish the Fontaine acts, but think all you need is the main Fontaine Archon quest.
Before you lies the city's central square. You see a man with a slightly anxious look on his face, pacing back and forth, his head hanging low. He doesn't seem to notice your approach. Still immersed in his own thoughts, he shakes his head and lets out a long sigh.
This guy seems promising enough. Maybe I can get some information out of him.
Oh, dang, the Mondstadt gates are closed.
Oh, sir.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Anything I can do to help you?
Wait, you're...
I'm...
Oh, dear goodness! You're a Marashose hunter!
You recognize us? Ah, are you one of the people who wrote the commission letter?
Yes, yes! Oh, I didn't expect you to actually come. Oh, what great news! The city is saved!
What happened here?
Alas, we once lived comfortable, carefree lives. This city used to be free of monsters. The first Marashose hunter, Casiodor, the Golden Hunter, he was the one who drove them back. However, monsters have once again surrounded the city. Perhaps the seal that kept them at bay has lost its power. Or perhaps an evil sorcerer has been meddling in our affairs. All I know for sure is that their return has stripped the city of any chance at peace.
Are there not enough soldiers to drive them out?
It's not a question of numbers. The guards simply have no idea how to deal with them. Most people my age have never even seen one of the monsters, much less been trained to fight against them. What's worse, many of us don't even know the history of the Marashose hunters anymore. When I was a child, though, my grandfather would tell me stories about how the Marashose hunters drove back the monsters. So, on the off chance that something might come of it, I decided to reach out to you. To be perfectly honest, I was starting to think all those stories were just tall tales. But now that I've seen you in person, I finally know that it was true!
Well, you can rest easy, friend. The righteous and formidable Marashose hunters are on the case.
The man is touched by your determination and resolve. His eyes begin to well with tears of relief.
Still, if we are going to hunt the monsters, we need to know where to find them. Can you give us any leads?
All I know is that the area outside the city is dangerous. I'm afraid I can't point you toward a specific location. Oh, although, if you leave the capital through the main gate and follow the road, you should run into a group of guards. They might know more about where to find the monsters.
I see. We'll go look for them then.
All right, be careful. Oh, and one last thing. The monsters outside the city are just part of the problem. There are evil sorcerers inside the city as well, so be on your guard. They're actively working with the monsters, and have corrupted the court ministers with malicious magic. They're the reason why, even inside the city, everything has been a giant mess. Even one of our kindest ministers has turned into a boorish and unreasonable figure, interested in nothing but enacting laws that exploit the people. Who knows how much longer we'll be able to go on like this.
Talk about being stuck between a rock and a hard place.
I feel bad for him. Maybe we should try to cheer him up?
Clorinde can save me the sock!
Huh? Like, now? Is this really the right time?
I appreciate your kindness, but for now, it's more important to focus on the crisis at hand.
Dang it.
Brave hunters, I leave the future of this kingdom to you.
I think they do that when we first arrive. Oh, closing the gate? Maybe. Like maybe during the Storm Terror crisis or something? It's just been so long, I can't remember.
If I understood correctly, there are currently 2 problems in the kingdom that need solving, right?
Hold on. Let me switch back. Let me switch back. I gotta go here, and I gotta go boop! There you go! Normalcy!
Exactly. We need to defeat the monsters outside the city and take down the evil sorcerer stirring up trouble from within.
I just remembered something else I gotta adjust. Okay.
But which problem should we tackle first?
Well, this seems like a good moment for a break.
Oh!
Take some time and discuss what you want to do. Let me know when you've made your decision.
I really didn't expect the people in the city to keep us at arm's length like that. I totally thought the hunters would be treated like heroes.
Oh my gosh, I just realized the script, the DM manual.
Well, Clorinde said the script took cues from the real history of Fontaine, right? Maybe the real-life Marachose hunters were also treated like that.
I wouldn't say it's a perfect representation of history, but there are definitely some similarities. Would you like to hear more about it?
Miss.
Sure. As long as it doesn't spoil anything in the script. You've brought up bits and pieces of the hunter's history before, but it was all in passing.
Paimon wants to know too. The hunters were super powerful, right? Were they all from a special line of supernatural beings or something? Kind of like the yokai in Inazuma?
And that's how we get the Inazuma mention in the filler patches for Genshin, because we haven't been there yet in the filler.
No. All Marachose hunters were ordinary mortal fighters. The only thing that set them apart were the special sword techniques passed down over the centuries.
Huh? So you mean anyone could become a Marachose hunter?
In theory, yes. All you would need to do is survive the rigorous training and master the swordsmanship techniques required to fight the monsters. Still, most people dropped out at the early stages, and others called it quits the minute they saw a monster in person. To become a hunter, you must be strong in both body and mind.
What kind of monsters did the hunters fight exactly? Oh, and the evil sorcerer the script mentions. Did they exist in real life too?
The land of Fontaine once played host to an ancient dynasty known as Remuria.
Yay!
After that dynasty fell, monsters began to appear, intent on obstructing humans from establishing a new social order.
Yeah, this little bit of dialogue is very interesting if you've done the Remuria World Quest bit, which I think came out last patch? Yeah, last patch.
One of the ancient sorcerers of Remuria used his power to assemble a formidable army of golems.
About that!
He sought to use that force to establish himself as king.
About that, actually.
Now, wait a second. Don't tell me that guy was the inspiration for the evil sorcerer in the script. We still haven't found any in-game information on him yet. So, why don't you talk about someone else for now?
Well, I wasn't planning on going into anything you might be able to find out in the game. But if you want me to talk about something else, then... How about Casiodor, the Golden Hunter? Or Egeria, the ex-Hydro Archon?
Wait, but those people are all from a super long time ago. Where did you learn all this, Clorinde?
From my master.
Ooh?
Huh. By master, you mean Miss Petronia?
How was that said? Petronia? I thought Nila? Petronila?
Someone you know?
Absolutely. Miss Petronia and my father were good friends. Back in the day, she would often bring Clorinde over to play, but then...
Let's not get off topic. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Responding to Egeria's call, a number of warriors followed Casiodor into battle against the monsters. This group of warriors, under Casiodor's leadership, became known as the Marachose Hunters. Yet, as Fontaine entered an era of peace, their work gradually became obsolete. The Marachose Phantom, originally an association made up of hunters, eventually came to be predominantly comprised of Melusines.
Ah, I see. That explains why most of the people in the script have forgotten the hunters or think of them as nothing more than a legend.
Is that really a bad thing, though? It can get tough always being the one shouldering everyone's expectations.
Oof. Oof. Oh, that line hurts.
Depends on who you ask, I suppose. If the name of the organization no longer commands respect, investigative work is bound to suffer.
Speaking of investigations, which problem should we tackle first? Monsters or evil sorcerer?
I vote monsters. That's the main duty of the hunters, right? We can come back to the sorcerer later.
Well said, Miss Farina. Plus, if the sorcerers really are the masterminds behind this whole thing, defeating the monsters could give us some clues on their intentions as well.
What about you, partner? What do you think?
I mean, I'm interested in the sorcerer, but I think it makes sense to go after the monsters first. Because if we just go after the my biggest thing is, we go after the monsters. What's to prevent the sorcerer from summoning more monsters? But also, like, if we just go for the sorcerer, how's that going to handle the current monster problem? We'll do this the RNG way. Monsters!
It's decided then.
No, I would win.
All right. After
Well-
some discussion, you decide to turn around and head out of the city.
Hold on. You guys think? Hold on. Should I invert myself? Or should I do this? Also, hi, this is what the rest of the model looks like. There's actually the rest of it. Or should I just, like, be this tiny person in the corner? What do you prefer? As I adjust myself ever so. I look so tiny next to Clorinde.
Hi! Excuse me?
Tiny is kind of funny? Okay.
Excuse me, Clorinde! Where are the Cheetos? I want the Cheetos!
Clorinde's by mine!
Hey!
I was trying to think of a Paimon phrase, but I couldn't. I was struggling.
Freeze is an emergency food! Freeze is freeze! Please! We'll play Genius Invocation TCG on the weekends!
Alright, tiny it is. Look how small I am.
I'm itty bitty!
Hello! Wait. It's still a little too late. Oh my gosh, I am so tiny.
Let's take a look around, like that guy said.
I was gonna say, look, from a distance, it's like, I'm like so far away, I'm like, hey! How you doing? Do you guys, what are you doing over there? Wait, how's this sound? Hey! What's it? How's it going? Hey! I'll have to listen to that later. Anyway.
You there, outsiders, halt!
Hi!
Who's there?
Is
An
me.
armored man approaches you. He has a tall, muscular build and a determined expression in his eyes. Just one look, and you can tell he's fought in his fair share of battles. Although he's trying his best to conceal his current state, his uneven gait and the sweat dripping down his forehead make it obvious that he's been wounded and is in serious pain. I'm the captain of the guard. I saw you sneaking around the city earlier, so I'll only ask this once. State your purpose, or it's off to the dungeons for the lot of you.
Wow, it's been a while since someone's been this suspicious of us.
I said talk, not whisper between yourselves.
Have you ever heard of the Marchese Hunters?
Marachose hunters? Ha! That fairy tale, you mean? What, you expect me to believe you're one of them?
I'd like to do message check to see if I can help him. We're counting on you, Navia. I'd like to do an insight check to tell what he's thinking. Let's try a medicine check. Here we go. Oh, it's 8. Okay. Yeah, this one. Yay!
Using your knowledge of medicine, you're able to deduce that the injury on his calf was a monster's doing, and the wound has already begun to fester. As you check him over, he looks at you with suspicion and retracts his injured leg further back.
I'm a doctor by trade. Please let me redress your wound. You don't have to suffer like this.
I can't get over how cute Levine looks.
The man appears somewhat disgruntled at having been exposed, but soon relents and raises his leg for you to take a better look. He allows you to apply a poultice of specialized medicine to the wound, and it appears to bring him much relief. The tension in his brow eases. All right. Guess you lot might actually be real Marachose hunters after all. In any case, you've successfully treated my wound. So, what do you want to know?
Do you know where we can find the monsters, or the other guards who are fighting them?
He informs you of the various locations where monsters have appeared. He looks in that general direction with a pained gaze, as if a thin, invisible thread is pulling on his wound. Some of our new recruits have never even dealt with a petty thief, and now they're out there fighting monsters. If it weren't for this cursed leg.
Oh, please, sir. Don't get too worked up. You need to focus on your recovery. Just leave the monsters to us. We're Marechaussee hunters, after all.
Hearing you say that, a glimmer of hope flashes in his eyes. But it disappears almost as quickly as it came. Those monsters aren't easy to deal with. But if you insist on going, I won't stop you either. I just hope all the guards will be able to come back to their families alive. I wish you the best of luck.
Oh, snap! We can actually walk.
Based on what the captain said, the monster should be right up ahead. Let's go. Hopefully we're not too late.
Yes, hopefully we are not too late. Can I? There we go. Alright, I know I'm teeny tiny, but this is a good time to take a break. We have been streaming for about an hour and a half. I need to walk around a little bit. So, we're gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna run some ads while we're gone. If you need to step away for whatever reason, this is a great time to do so, guys. Alright, we'll be back in, hold on, I forgot to set something up. And where is it? There it is. We'll be back in just a few minutes, guys. Okay? All right. BRB, guys.
stay here on the ground. It's overrated. The cityscape escapes you with a sound. It's delineated. I waited at the station for an hour, but I won't make it. You take off on an uptap by the tower, and you overtake it every moment. I see you on the rise. You're drawn across the sky. Now that ink has dried, and I can't tell you why. Oh, Mimi, can you tell? drawn across the sky. Now that ink has dried, and I can't tell you why. Oh, Mimi, can you tell me there's an issue? I've seen it clouded all around you. Why can't you tell me there's an issue you've seen before? Oh, Mimi, can you tell me there's an issue? I've seen it clouded all around you. Why can't you tell me there's an issue you've seen before? And I can't tell you why. Tell me there's an issue. I've seen it clouded all around you. Why can't you tell me there's an issue you've seen before? Or maybe can you tell me there's an issue? I've seen it clouded all around you. Why can't you tell me there's an issue you've seen before? And I can't tell you why. I can't tell you why. It's all you've ever known, a single state of mind. But you won't ever let it go.
Wow, this song's a bop. Hey, I'm back. Hope you guys had a good break. Hope you were able to do the things that you needed to do. I think it's been 5 minutes. We'll find out, I guess. But yeah, I am ready to continue this story. I'm really liking what they're doing with this. Welcome back. Thank you. Welcome back. Thank you. Look at me, tiny me jamming out. Anyway. Sometimes I've often wondered if I had an actual life 2D model, what type of model would it be? Should it actually look like a full-grown adult, or do I sound too do I sound childish that would sound too weird? You know how some people try to make the model art match the voice? I've often wondered what works for me, and I have no idea what it is. Like Chibi Doki, if you guys know who Chibi Doki is, their model like matches their voice perfectly well, and it's basic.
As you approach the battlefield, you see numerous people lying by the side of the road. They appear to be dressed like guards. Their faces are filled with desperation and terror. Some are screaming and cursing in vain, as if still trying to banish the monstrosities they saw from their minds.
Dang, I forgot how cool Lenny's autos looked. Hello! Okay, I guess we're just moving on. Maybe it's because I've been here for a while, but to me you sound roughly what I assume your age to be. Oh my gosh, that's the first time I actually been told I sound like my age.
A few of the wounded look up at you in shock and disbelief. Quick, leave this place. Turn around and don't look back, they yell.
Go to the area where monsters are happening. What if we move on? Gosh, his autos are so pretty. Hello! Fire!
This is the place he mentioned, right?
You see broken iron swords scattered all around you, and downed trees riddled with terrifying claw marks. All the signs point to one thing: A truly devastating battle just took place here.
Be on your guard, everyone. The monsters might still be around.
Before you can finish your sentence, you hear rustling sounds from the surrounding bushes. The monsters have emerged.
Oh!
They close in on you without fear. You get the impression that, in their bloodthirsty eyes, you're just another meal for them to do.
Whoops, sorry.
A little help here! This thing wants to eat Paimon!
Your battle round begins now.
Oh! We actually get to do, like, rolls for our stuff! Okay, combat check. Oh, just barely won. Combat power increased. I see.
Let the world collide!
Ow.
The next battle round begins now.
Oh, hey, it's one of the Riberia soldiers.
Here comes the finale. And voila!
Let's do this.
Lucky!
The monsters let out a terrifying roar of anger and resentment
Oh.
before dissipating into thin air.
Ugh, thank goodness it's over.
We're lucky the Marashose Hunter class came with all those preset skill points. Otherwise, we would have been in some real trouble.
I never knew the Fatometer even determines the amount of damage you inflict. If you get unlucky, isn't it just game over right then and there?
That's part of the fun. The uncertainty of fate is what gives these games their appeal.
Just as you begin to celebrate your victory, a suspicious lump on the ground catches your attention.
A suspicious lump. Wait, could it be the thing that appears after every battle?
I walk up to it, crouch down, and begin to carefully examine it. I've still got my right glove on, so it should be fine for me to touch it, right?
As you investigate the mound, you discover that the exposed portion appears to be made of wood. It was previously obscured by the large form of the monsters. With the monsters gone, the small protrusion now awaits your discovery, poking out of the ground like a shy flower bud.
Whoa, it's a treasure chest!
Let's dig it up.
Oh, I love this little loading screen. What a good way to be immersed in this. They really went all out, huh?
With everyone's help, you successfully excavate the wooden chest from the ground. Even without opening it, you can tell from
Oh, the crabs are
mora
gone.
and jewels scattered around the chest that it must contain quite the fortune.
I forgot to check when we were doing other stuff, but like when we were talking about stuff during the break, like their break, I should say. I forgot to check on the crabs, but it looks like the crabs are gone. They gotta go home.
Makes sense. We worked hard for this. Let's open it and we can share what's inside.
I can understand your excitement, Paimon, but think about it. Doesn't it seem like there are people out there who need this treasure more than us?
Yeah. Think about all the people suffering in the capital. Or all those guards who got hurt fighting the monsters. Wouldn't it be better if we gave the treasure to them?
Wait, is that how it works? Paimon thought since we were the ones to dig it up, we could just take it for ourselves.
Now this is unrealistic. Bunch of paladins here.
Well, let's put it this way. Any decision you make during a role-playing game can impact the future course of the story.
But would the people really believe us? It's hard enough for us to prove we're Marshase hunters. What if they think we procured the treasure illegally? They might get even more suspicious of us.
That's definitely something we should consider. Maybe we can come up with an explanation in advance.
Well, if donating it could cause that much trouble, why don't we use it to buy some gear and fill up on good food? Then we'll be ready to fight even more bad guys.
Looks like you're facing a difficult choice once again. Well, it's getting late. Why don't we call it a day for now?
Wow, where did the time go?
I'm not sure if it's because I'm having so much fun with you all or because the story is particularly enticing, but I feel like I could almost keep going.
Here, here. Ooh, how about we play through the night?
Let's not make our poor DM go through that. Also, since we're out of game stuff. Hello. I'll be bigger now.
I'm not sure I'll have enough energy for that.
I've got 24/7 gamer. I see. She just wants to see the end, man.
Yeah, that won't work for me either. Lynette will give me an earful if I get home too late.
I understand how you feel, Navia, but we have to change venues for the next part of the story anyway.
Huh? Another location?
Mm-hmm. There's a special note for the GM at the end of this section that says to proceed to an indoor set for the next part of the script.
Whoa, they really pulled out all the stops for this new script.
Well, even if we end the game for the day, we can still stay a little longer and hear Clorinde finish her story, right? Paimon wants to hear more about the history of the hunters.
Something tells me you just want to finish the free desserts before we break for the day.
I mean, why not? What happens to them? Are they gonna go waste? You don't want that.
That's just a coincidence, okay? Besides, to Paimon, not finishing free food feels even worse than having to buy her own. And anyway, Paimon really does want to hear more about Clorinde's master.
Well,
If the story doesn't have happy end, it's a happy ending. It's okay not to finish it.
It's nothing. I appreciate the concern, but it's all in the past. It won't do any harm to share these things now.
Ooh. Wait, do we not get to hear?
My earliest memories are of living with Master. According to her, she saved me from certain people of ill repute. My birth parents had left me behind some time before that.
What a heavy beginning for a life story.
Master was a fascinating individual. If inexperienced in the ways of raising children, my first ever toy was a short sword. Although I suppose it wasn't so much a toy as something Master removed from her waist and handed to a noisy child in need of distraction.
Oh, wait, so she handed an actual sword to a child? Isn't that dangerous? Did you hurt yourself?
Of course I did. I cut my palm and bled quite a lot. But Master was not concerned. She just stood there and casually lectured me about it. See, that's what you get for not holding the sword properly, she told me. She then crouched down next to me and said, "Give me your hand. I'll teach you to bandage this wound. After that, it's time to learn how to truly hold a blade."
Excuse me for asking this, Clorinde, but how old were you exactly when all this happened?
Probably around...
What?
3, give or take.
What?
3? Isn't that when most kids are still struggling to hold a fork?
As I said, Master was rather inexperienced in the ways of raising children. She believed trial and error was the best way to teach a child what they're capable of.
I'm not so sure this is a question of experience.
I didn't see anything wrong with her ways at the time. And anyway, children don't get to choose how they're raised. Oh, she did bring me back a pet from Liyue once. It was a Geovishap hatchling.
This mother sounds like she could have been Alice. Or friends of Alice.
A Geovishap hatchling? For a pet? That seems even more dangerous.
What she said was this: make sure to get along, you two. If you really can't agree on something, just settle it with a fight. Whoever loses is the real pet.
And how old were you when this happened?
5.
Wow. Why are all Fontaine parents all quite questionable? I think it might have to do with them constantly watching extreme court cases as being like, well, at least I'm not as bad as that person.
Well, did she win?
No, I lost.
So you're saying you actually became the Geovishap's pet?
Yes, but only for a week. By the end of that week, I defeated it in combat, and we've shared a cordial relationship ever since.
We've shared a cordial relationship. That implies that the relationship is still ongoing.
That really doesn't sound like the kind of childhood someone should have.
Later on, I gradually understood that Master most likely didn't know any other way to raise a child. She was a Marechaussee hunter, but I never heard her bring up her own parents.
I'm sorry. The idea of Clorette's mom being like, all right, sweetie, time to 1v1 your blender dog. That blender dog. Living with father doesn't sound that bad now. Well, that's the thing. Even Arlecchino isn't the best. But, like, their kids were trained, all the kids at the Hearth were trained to be assassins. Let us not forget that there is one kid that specializes in poison at a very young age.
Thanks to her, I learned how to navigate the forest by the age of 6, and could hunt monsters in the wild by myself the year after that. Even though the training she subjected me to was strict, she always made sure to take me traveling when she had the time. We met many of her friends during those days. That was also how I met Mr. Callis and his family.
I still remember the first time we met. You were too scared to join our picnic and hid behind Ms. Petronia the whole time.
Oh my gosh, I just realized Navia's wearing the badge. I need to pay attention to the others, too. She is!
I still hadn't really met many children my age at that time, so I didn't know how to interact with others.
I need to see if where Lenny, Farina, and I put mine.
After that, though, you started coming over a lot. You loved challenging people to shooting competitions, remember? I don't think many members of the Spina ever beat you in one of those.
I had a lot of fun during those days.
I enjoyed them too. Oh, do you remember that one time we went exploring around the Spina together? We overheard Papa call your master Fontaine's Protector of Justice. We tried to pretend like we never heard anything, but you nearly let it slip that one time.
Protector of Justice? Oh, wait, you mean that vigilante hero from 20 years ago? The one who is always active at night?
Okay, so now Farina has hers here. Lenny's has his on his, like, scarf thingy. And then we have ours on the left side of her chest. To be fair to Arlecchino, most kids were raised around plenty of poison. I mean, yes, but don't get me wrong. In the end, Arlecchino tries to be a good parent. But let us not forget what the House of Hearth whole thing is about.
Yep, that would be her. She often would put on a black cloak and go out at night. I never knew where she went or what she was doing. Until, like Navia said, we overheard the truth from Mr. Callis that night.
It's hard being a single dad, don't judge her. Oh, I'm not judging her. She does a very good job as a father. Or, given the circumstances, she does her best. That said, it is okay to also acknowledge, yeah, she does her best. But, at the same time, it's important to acknowledge that it's still not ideal. Hello, ASAP Rocky. Welcome to the stream. I know, I was like, for a second, I couldn't tell what that first name was. And I was like, are they doing $signs to get away with a swear word? And then ASAP Rocky. Okay, well, sorry, ASAP Rocky. I'm not letting you in, ASAP. I prefer poison or gun better than a cake for birthday.
20 years ago, huh? I still remember the guards leaving all kinds of witness reports about her on Nervalette's desk.
My apologies.
Oh?
Oh, there's no need to apologize. You had nothing to do with it. And anyway, everything she did was for a good cause. Although, calling herself the Protector of Order was a bit much. Especially when she deliberately operated outside the law.
I see. Adjusting some things. Okay. TBH, I take a cool cowboy revolver over a P-Day cake as someone who also doesn't like sweets. I agree, although I also dislike guns.
Huh? When did the Protector of Justice become the Protector of Order?
Unless it's chocolate cake. That's the one cake I will eat.
Oh, she had a bunch of code names. I heard she would just come up with a name on the spot whenever she was asked. Later on, she probably got sick of answering those questions and decided to stick to just two. The Protector of Justice and the Protector of Order.
That sounds like her, all right. I bet she forgot which of the two she'd use by the time she got back each night.
Well, she certainly sounds like a fascinating individual. With her strong sense of justice, it's no surprise her student followed in her footsteps.
Even Linny was like, this was a lot.
It's true. I always wanted to become like her. Someone powerful, independent, and with a strong sense of conviction. But she suddenly disappeared the night I turned 10 years old.
Oh.
Disappeared? What happened?
I have no idea. She didn't even leave a note. I was never able to find out where she went. That night, I was celebrating my birthday at Navia's house. But Master never came to pick me up. When I returned home on my own, it was to an empty house. When she still didn't appear after a few days, I went to Mr. Callus's house to ask about her whereabouts. But he only shook his head.
Papa probably didn't know either. I know he sent a few people to investigate the matter in secret, but they never found any credible leads.
Don't worry, I understand. To be perfectly honest, given Master's personality and way of doing things, it all made a lot of sense. If I had to guess, I'd say she probably used it as an opportunity to force me to become independent.
Dang, but you were 10! That's brutal!
Just like how, when a litter of kittens reaches a certain age, the mother willingly leaves them behind.
Were you upset, Clorinde?
I was at first, but not anymore. I don't believe Master would suddenly disappear for no reason. There must have been something she just had to do.
Well, despite everything, you still managed to follow in her footsteps and become the greatest champion duelist in all of Fontaine. You're practically a living symbol of law and justice.
I suspect my position would be far too by the books for her. Master always did whatever she pleased. But you're right. I suppose I do take after her in some ways.
Who knew Clorinde had such an interesting past? I never had the chance to ask her about it before. And I wonder if Clorinde's master were the champion duelist back then, would that duel against Mr. Callus have gone differently?
Aww.
Oh no. Judging by the atmosphere, Clorinde and Navia are probably thinking something similar.
Maybe not assume that.
It got super awkward all of a sudden.
Well, anyway. Would you look at the time? It's getting dark, so we should probably call it a day for real this time. If we keep talking like this, we really will be here all night.
I had a great time today, Miss Clorinde. Thank you for being our GM.
Anytime.
The script was good, but I've got to say, your childhood stories were even better. Hey, you should tell us more about that fight against the Geovishop sometime. Maybe your master was onto something.
You could be right.
What does she mean, onto something? I certainly don't know any 5-year-olds who want to fight a bishop in their spare time. Guess I'll head back as well. I need to save my energy if I want to continue enjoying the story tomorrow.
You're that excited to hear about my fight with the bishop?
I was talking about the script.
Aw. I love Sweet's I like guns aesthetically, mechanically, not a fan of other uses besides target shooting. That's fair. That's also my gripes with guns. Like, I have shot a gun before, and it can be fun, but the loud noises and what they're all used for, potential playable characters, it depends on how they will wrap this quest up, I think. Let's talk to these guys.
Just between the two of us, could you tell me what it was like to be the Geovishop's pet?
It was nothing special, really. Geovishops don't understand the concept of a pet. So basically, it just headbutted me whenever I entered its territory.
And that hurt?
That is rock.
Yeah, it hurt. What, something you want to experience for yourself?
Oh, I'm good. Thanks.
I wish Nahida's mind reading thing worked in Fontaine. Oh well. Well, it looks like we gotta wait until the next day. Here we go. Whee! It said between 8 and 1600? So 8 and 4. Can I be your pet? Could I?
Could I? Touch his fingers together. Could I possibly do it? I volunteer as tribute.
Let's go meet up with the group. Paimon's really looking forward to today's story.
Okay. We gotta go to the harbor. Oh no, we're going all the way over here. Buried Honor. That's what it's called.
Looks like I get to be tiny soon.
Man, these are interesting choices of venue, to be honest. Like, I get it, but it's interesting. Oh. Enter the game venue. It is an indoor one. Huh. Okay.
Looks like everyone's here. Now, before we begin, why don't we finish where we left off yesterday? There was an important decision to be made, yes? I'll pour everyone a cup of tea.
I don't mean to alarm anyone, but have we discussed the fact that we are using a venue where there's giant cages and, like, boxes and stuff? Is this, and chains, is this aesthetics? Has this always been here? If it's for fun, that's kind of cool, but I just have questions, just to, you know, put my mind at ease.
Is that really the most important
Also, all the
part,
debris.
Clorinde? Paimon's more concerned about our current surroundings.
Thank you, Paimon!
Heavy walls, cold railings, dim lights. This is obviously supposed to be a prison.
I admire the work put into the set. Still, it's obvious the scriptwriter has never paid a visit to the fortress of Meripede.
So the set is going to be a part of the script?
I hope so. Is it fake?
Unfortunately, that is something I can neither confirm nor deny.
Okay.
Anyone think Clorinde's smile is starting to look kinda scary?
Today's where things get intense.
Well, whatever happens, we'll just have to push on. But first, we should really figure out what to do with this treasure. If we're worried about arousing suspicion because of our identity, why don't we give ourselves a different name, just like Clorinde's master did?
Yeah, it might be better to keep a low profile. As long as we're helping people, it doesn't matter who we are or what we're called.
I'm adjusting my mic again. Gosh, I'm so sorry.
Staring at me won't get you anywhere. Or did you want some more tea?
Oh, Paimon's good. Thanks. Why aren't you saying anything, Navia? Wait, what's that next to you?
What's what?
Oh, this is the short sword Clorinde mentioned last night. I found it.
Aww!
Huh. I'm surprised you managed to track it down after all this time.
Well, I made sure to take good care of it, considering the circumstances in which you gave it to me. Of course I had to keep it safe.
Could you guys stop beating around the bush? Could you guys stop beating around the bush? I'm immensely interested. Tell me your secrets. What's going on? Can we be forthcoming with what's going on, please?
Anyway, where were we? Oh, right. I was just thinking about all the potential ways for us to break out of prison.
But that's not the important question I have, Navia!
Try to bribe the guards.
No! The thing! Tell me the thing!
Wait, we haven't been thrown into prison yet, have we?
Well, it's only a matter of time. It pays to be prepared. Just like how you should always have an umbrella on hand, even when it's sunny.
All right, Paimon's made up her mind. Let's just give the treasure away. Paimon may have wanted to keep it, but if it's going to land us in prison somehow, Paimon will be too upset to enjoy her snacks.
Paimon's developing as a character.
So, you reached an agreement? All right then, we can continue with the story.
Oh, and we'll collect all the scattered pieces of treasure on the ground as well.
All right. You collect the treasure and make your way back to the capital with your bag of loot in hand.
Okay. It's time again. Time to be small.
The city is still shrouded in a gloomy, oppressive atmosphere, but your spirits are surprisingly high. In places where sunlight struggles to reach, you generously share your wealth with the children, the elderly, and the poor in urgent need of help.
I will say, I am interested to see how much this story drastically changes depending on what you win and lose. Like, what checks you win and lose, or what other options you have. I'm interested to see how much changes. Or, you know? Or if it's one of those things where it doesn't change too much.
Thank you, kind soul. The elderly woman's look of gratitude follows you as you walk away, her eyes never leaving your back until you move entirely out of sight. However, there's still quite a bit of Mora remaining. It appears you haven't made much progress.
She's probably trying to tell us to speed this up. We need to hurry up so we can address the sorcerer problem.
Should we go find that man again at the square? He seemed like a pretty responsible guy. I'm sure he knows the people here far better than us.
Oh, good idea!
Just as you start to make way to the square, intent on finding the man again, there's a voice.
Oh! Ha! What was the check, though?
Please wait, distinguished guests.
Yes. Let me click.
Several strange guards suddenly call out to you. They run forward to meet you and proceed to politely pay their respects.
Greetings, gentlemen. Are we being invited for afternoon tea?
Surely you jest, my lady. That would not be our place. It is His Excellency the King who requests to meet with you. Please come with us.
Oh, snap! We're meeting with royalty, guys! That means I can't be a dingus.
Do you think this could be a trap?
Well, we have to investigate the court at some point, right? Meeting the king himself would be a fantastic opportunity to do that.
I say we go for it. If something happens, we'll just turn the whole place upside down.
That sounds a little intense.
After a quick discussion, you nod to the guards and agree to follow. They lead you all the way to the audience hall of the palace. Gilded tables line both sides of the hall. The space itself is adorned with all manner of expensive antiques, glass shelves, and silver candlesticks. The items appear quite ordinary in size and dimension, yet their presence somehow makes the emptiness of the hall feel even more surreal and ominous.
Wow, it's so luxurious!
The elderly king, clad in a magnificent robe, sits upon the deep crimson throne before you. He wears above his head a majestic crown, with a gemstone the size of a bird's egg set right at the very front. As you observe it, you see a complex pattern of light reflect off its surface. They're here, your majesty. A man dressed in dark clothes, likely a minister, shields his mouth with his hands and bends down to whisper a few words to the king. After a moment, he lowers his hands and stands back up. His gaze shifts to fixate on your group, but he does not move from his place at the king's side.
The king does not appear entirely aware of his surroundings. The man by his side, though, we should keep a close eye on him.
I like how we only have been hearing Farina's thoughts.
The king remains
No one
still
else's.
and says nothing. The minister is the one who speaks. Esteemed guests, allow me to thank you for coming to our faraway kingdom. Unfortunately, His Majesty the King finds himself quite exhausted from work. So please allow me, his Prime Minister, to welcome you in his stead. I've heard tell that your group, the Marechaussee Hunters, used your exceptional ability with the sword to repel the monsters near the capital. Such a great deed deserves to be rewarded. However, seeing that I was not fortunate enough to observe such a feat with my own eyes, you'll forgive me for seeking to verify the truth by speaking to you myself.
Well, we've got nothing to hide. You brought us here to talk, right? So we'll just explain what happened. The golem's blades were so powerful, they could cut down trees in a single swipe! It took a lot of effort to defeat them, even for trained swordsmen like us. Well, that was enough details, right? Believe us now?
Your account does indeed match those of the survivors. Since you were the ones who defeated the monsters, that must mean you are also in possession of the treasure they stole?
Oh!
Well, we did take the treasure, but...
How did he know about the treasure?
Ah, then I must ask that you return it at once. It belongs to the kingdom.
Wait, but didn't you just say that our great deed deserved a reward? Shouldn't the treasure be considered a part of that?
Yes, that was indeed what I said. But you seem to have forgotten a very important distinction.
This is why you should have kept it!
Only that which is freely given by the king can be considered a reward. Taking the rightful wealth of a kingdom without said permission, on the other hand, is a crime.
Although, to be fair, this guy's acting suspicious, but this is why you keep your treasure.
But that's completely unreasonable.
Yeah, that makes no sense! If it weren't for us, the treasure would still be buried underground somewhere!
Maybe so, yet the fact remains. You tried to dispose of the treasure without reporting it to the court and without receiving permission, yes? What, no answer? Surely you're not insinuating that you, a group of legendary Marechaussee hunters, sought to take the treasure for yourselves?
Oi! Nerd! How dare you! I'm sorry, the timing of that is almost as if the game came down and was like, Nerd! Freaking nerd! Oh my gosh, the timing of that. Nerd, you can't join our D&D group. Also, if you were calling me a nerd, accurate. But this is a full table.
Well, what about the king? Is he just gonna let this guy talk for him the whole time?
Clad in his magnificent robe, the king remains seated, with his hands resting on either side of the throne. His posture is rigid and unmoving. He stares forward with an empty look in his eyes, completely unmoved by the events before him.
Thank you for the clip fear terror. That means a lot. Thank you.
From the look of things, could the Prime Minister be the evil sorcerer? Or could both the King and the Prime Minister have fallen under the evil sorcerer's control?
I would like to observe the number of guards stationed in the hall.
The guards in the palace appear fully armed, their expressions solemn. Sensing the tense atmosphere in the room, they stand at the ready, each with a hand placed upon the hilt of their sword, as if prepared to draw their weapons and surround you at a moment's notice.
That's not good. From ASAP Rocky to nerd. Quite a collection of characters we're getting today.
Well, there goes my plan to turn the whole place upside down, I guess.
It appears we've been visited by nothing more than a group of ill-intentioned imposters. What a pity. Guards, take them away and throw them in the dungeons. Before I decide your fate, however, I must first determine whether you have any accomplices outside the court.
Can't we try to slip away? Or maybe start some kind of riot?
But if we try to fight the guards right now...
Don't worry. At least we figured out who's behind all this. Let's just play it by ear. If you're scared, Paimon, just hold my hand.
You can have my hand too. Where did my mouse go? There it is. You can have my hand too.
Thanks, you guys.
You allow yourself to be led away by guards surrounding you on both sides. It's only when you begin to feel drops of water falling from the dungeon ceiling and smell the stench of death and decay all around you that you finally realize you've stepped into a completely different world. Stay here, and don't try anything funny. The guards lock the cell door and leave without looking back.
Wait, sir!
Your voice echoes through the dark hall, but the only response you receive is the sound of water dripping from the ceiling.
No! What should we do now?
Remember what you did in Subaru? Paimon, let us out! Ah! Do that!
Carve out a new path of fate with our own two hands, of course. I draw my weapon.
This is the power of the Monado! Sorry, as soon as I heard fate and draw a weapon, I thought of the Monado. Like, we'll carve our own path to the future! This is the Monado's power! As me and my terrible British accents.
You reach toward your waist, but find nothing there. You now recall that your weapons were confiscated before the guards locked you in the cell. The bag of treasure along with them.
What about that knife I hid in my boot?
When did you hide it in there?
When I was thinking about digging a tunnel.
Rejected. You failed to inform the GM of this course of action. Moreover, the guards would have conducted a thorough search before throwing you in prison.
I like how it's like, what about this? The GM's like, when did you do that? You didn't tell me you did that, so it didn't happen.
And the keys to the cell aren't anywhere to be seen?
Correct. You don't even feel a lock hole on the cell door.
Oh, well, there goes all our plans.
Indeed.
Huh? Why are you the one saying indeed?
Because that statement holds true for me as well.
Oh.
This is where the script ends.
Oh.
What? But that's a terrible ending!
I'm scared. I'm scared.
Generally speaking, this should be the point where the scriptwriter gives the players some kind of hint, or gives the GM some kind of code for how to move forward.
I do like how you can tell they play. Oh, yeah, definitely. It's a nice touch.
I mean, maybe they just really wanted us to be immersed in the feeling of being in prison? Like, they'll only show us the way out once we've grown truly and utterly desperate?
That is a possibility.
If only there were desserts and tea in real prison. Oh, wait, guess it's kind of how the Fortress of Meripede works if you're lucky.
It's true.
Oh, before I forget, Navia, the short sword you had with you earlier.
Oh, since we're out of it, hold on. Wee! Make me. Hello.
It's a huge pet peeve for me whenever one of my hobbies is horribly misrepresented in media. That's fair, especially if you're very passionate about it. But it's... Hoyo definitely... A lot of Hoyo devs are definitely nerds. They're huge nerds, and it shows, and I love it. Like, anyone that has worked on Hoyo games, there's been, like, little memes thrown in. Even when Wuthering Waves came out, and people were saying, like, all this, you know, all this stupid stuff of, like, Genshin VAs can't be in Wuthering Waves because of Hoyo's horrific NDAs and contracts, or Genshin devs can't do anything with Wuthering Waves. And then, like, the Chinese devs of Genshin are, like, posting themselves playing Wuthering Waves and being like, this is such a cool game, congratulations, Kuro! They're nerds! They're nerds!
I took a closer look, and the craftsmanship doesn't appear to resemble anything from this era. If I remember correctly, that style was last in vogue several hundred years ago.
Wait, Clorinde said that sword used to belong to her master, right? Does that mean her master has been alive that long?
I doubt it. The way she went about things often made her seem childish more than anything. I'd say the sword was most likely an heirloom passed down over time.
Hang on. A precious heirloom passed down to you by your master. And you gave it to me just like that? You weren't worried I might lose it?
Master left many things to me when she disappeared. There was the sword, an old key, and a good amount of junk she probably just didn't want to take with her.
Key?
I gave you the sword back then, because I didn't want our friendship to end.
And then everything with Fontaine happened, and Clorinde probably was feeling guilty the whole time, and Avi's like, I can't forgive you what you did to my father. But this whole time she's like, I just didn't want to, our friendship to end. It's precious. People believe that sort of thing should be on the internet. People just hate Hoyo games. Hoyoverse, formerly MiHoYo, whose tagline was Teku Taku Save the World, is made up of nerves. I know it's really hard to believe. I know it's really hard to believe, but, you know, trust me, that's the source. Trust me, they're nerds. I know it's hard to believe. I don't have a source I can provide, unfortunately, but I swear it's true. I swear. They're all nerds. Why did I read that also? Not to tangent again, but I read they're all nerds in the same tone as Goo from Meet the Robinsons when he's walking down the high school and people are like, hey, Goo, how's it going? Hey, Goo, you want to come to my house today? And he says, they all hated me. They're all nerds. That's how I read it, in that tone.
Wait, when did this happen exactly?
Did it happen after her dad died? Navia, when did it happen? Give me the details.
After the duel between Mr. Callis and myself.
Happy Pride Month! It was. I understand everyone's uncomfortable, but I just can't help it.
Before that, Clorinde would have meals with us and even stay over at the Spina some days. She was on great terms with Papa as well. After the duel, though,
Lesbians.
there was a period of time where we simply didn't know how to face each other. She entrusted this sword to me, and never came back. We were both sad, and conflicted, and totally overthinking everything as a result. Whenever I looked at this sword, I couldn't help but wonder if Miss Petronia had never introduced us to each other at that picnic. Maybe part of the sadness I was feeling could have been avoided. Back then, it felt like I hadn't just lost a father, but a close friend as well.
No one can change the past. The most important thing is that you two found your way back to each other and can enjoy things like this together.
Yep, you're right.
I'm sorry, you two. I didn't mean to bring up any sad memories.
Think nothing of it. No one here is at fault.
Oh, stop. Gosh, she's pretty.
Oh, looks like the next part of our script is here.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like, congratulations, you fell for my trap. At least she isn't dead, unlike a certain pink-haired girl. Wait. Why am I drawing a blank on who this is referring to? Oh, the that's it. That's the context I was missing. Yes!
Perfect timing. The situation was really starting to get desperate. And not just because of the prison thing.
From Claren's face, Paimon really can't tell if it's good news or bad news.
Speaks to her professionalism as a senior GM.
Water continues to drip from the ceiling. In this lightless dungeon, you lack a reliable way to tell how much time has passed. Eventually, you get used to the unpleasant odor of straw, mold, and rust, and find yourselves alternating between fits of drowsiness and despair.
I have a bad feeling.
Suddenly, you hear footsteps outside the door.
Heads up, everyone. Someone's coming.
Gather close, everyone, and keep your voice down.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Who are you?
I work as a guard in these dungeons, but my true identity is the same as your own. I'm also a marechaussee hunter.
Huh?
Shh. I've already sent away the other guards, but if we make too much noise...
I understand, but how can we be sure we can trust you?
The king has issued a formal decree. In light of the irrefutable proof of your crime, you're to be executed before tomorrow's sunrise.
Oh.
If you want to escape, it has to be now.
Executed? We barely did anything!
Monsters appearing at the same location as the treasure. Could this entire thing have been a trap?
There will be time for speculation once we're out of here. As for my identity, I have no way to prove that to you just yet. Infiltrating the capital was difficult, and finding a chance to speak with you has taken a lot out of me. I could go on, but I think we can all agree that now is not the time for details.
Well, it doesn't look like we have any other choice.
Have you seen our weapons anywhere, sir?
Don't worry, I brought them with me. They're just behind the door. Still, these weapons alone won't be enough to defeat the true enemy behind the scenes. His faction is too powerful. The guards are all under his control, and he's even stationed a number of golems in various rooms throughout the palace. To defeat him, you must find a secret vault. It is said that within that vault, the marechaussee hunters of the past left behind a treasure with the power to defeat the sorcerer.
You're not coming with us?
No, I'll remain in the dungeons to deal with the guards. I'll try my best to distract them so they don't go after you. As long as my identity is not revealed, I'll be able to aid you when the final battle comes.
In that case, please stay safe.
Thank you for your concern. I will do my utmost. As for the location of the vault, here, this map should lead you there.
Ooh! Okay.
Oh,
Got it.
All right, once I open the door, remember to stick close and refrain from making any noise. I'll lead you out of here as quickly as possible. You now have the chance to restore the honor and legacy of the Mara Shosei Hunters. So please, get out there and reclaim what's ours. And be sure to exercise caution.
With the help of the guard, you successfully escape the dungeons. Your sense of despair and anxiety both seem to fade as you continue your quest.
Yeah, click.
Wait, we didn't get to use our skills at all while we were in prison. Who knows when we're gonna get the chance to use that cool summon spell?
That is a pity, but we can only continue to move forward.
we don't use summon at all, it sounds like.
Oh, I forgot to shrink myself. Oh well.
Head to the secret vault to search for the treasure. There's a vault somewhere? Oh, those are bad guys. Oh, it's probably... yeah.
This should be the place marked on the map.
Okay, let me shrink. Wait!
This bit of rock certainly looks suspicious.
Well, I'd say an investigation's in order then. Plus, if all else fails, we can just blow it up.
Come on!
Wow, you really meant that.
Before you lies a serene stretch of open water, its surface shimmering a brilliant shade of sapphire blue.
Well, guess this means it's time for a swim.
Time to hop on in. Go further in. Got it. Oh. Oh, right. We can dive in Fontaine. I forgot about that. Whoop! Oh my gosh. The controls. Messing up the controls. There we go. It's been a hot minute. Whee! This is a fun location.
Oh, what's the matter?
It's nothing.
What have you noticed? What have you noticed? Tell me your secrets!
As you step into the cave, you find yourself in an eerily quiet space. Before you lies a narrow passageway that appears to trail off endlessly into the distance.
Okay.
What a peaceful song.
Wow, this must be where the treasure is hidden.
But this door is blocking our way in. It almost looks like it's been here for quite some time. I've got to hand it to the tabletop troupe. They really went all out with the props.
She's suspicious.
Huh. What have we got down here? A kind of mechanism connected to the door? Ah, it looks like we might have to arrange it into a certain pattern.
A pattern on a stone door. That's something Master mentioned before.
Is something wrong, Clorinde?
After a long, difficult journey, you finally arrive at the location indicated by your map. It appears to be an ancient site of some sort, where treasure likely awaits. Your surroundings are exceedingly quiet and serene, as if the secret that slumbers here has never once been disturbed. If you listen closely, you can almost convince yourself you can hear the sound of its calm, gentle breathing.
I'm not the only one that's suspicious of this, right? I zoomed in because we're all suspicious, right?
How does the script master know all this? Ow!
I'm gonna stay this like this.
That description makes Paimon feel kinda bad for disturbing this place.
We're doing this for the sake of the people, to free them from the evil sorcerer. I say it's time for this treasure to once again see the light of day.
Linny's right. We need to keep going. The future of the kingdom depends on it. The next part of the story requires us to solve the puzzle, right? Let's start exploring the area.
Yes, that should be fine.
The narration! What's happening? Ah!
Something feels off about all this. Guess I'll just have to improvise.
Improvise what? Madam?
Improvise what? What are we improvising? I would like to be in the know. I know I am not the GM, but I would like to be in the know of what we are doing. Please!
Definitely says. It's just at first I was like, what a fun little script master, and then he's you know, doing his own stuff. But I just wanted to see if I could talk to people. And but
I found something.
you did. Hold on, let me install that.
Found something here.
Okay.
Same here.
Come on. Everyone works together. Everyone had a successful investigation check. Congratulations. Whoa. We did it. I think we did it. Ah!
It worked.
Something just appeared. Some kind of new mechanism, maybe?
By solving the puzzles, you prove yourselves worthy of inheriting the secrets of the past. At the end of each puzzle, you're rewarded with
With?
a key.
Wait! Did someone steal Clorinde's key?
Oh, it must be the key to the big door.
Huh? This is one of the Marechaussee Hunter keys that are passed down from generation to generation. It looks just like the one Master passed down to me.
Okay, maybe it's a copy. Never mind.
It is said that 4 keys in total are required to form the final, complete key. And it seems like we just collected 3 of them. That must mean...
The music went away.
Huh? What's wrong?
You hear a few strange noises. Suddenly, all the torches in the ruin go out at once.
Huh? What's going on? Did we fall into another trap?
For the sake of immersion, please close your eyes, everyone. Without the torches, the space is now completely dark, and you cannot see anything.
For the sake of immersion. I wonder how much that's true. Clorinde.
But Paimon can still see a little bit over here.
Pilot, don't break other people's immersion.
Oh, right. Sorry.
We don't have dark vision like you. Kyoji, what are you doing? Kyoji, this is an important moment. Stop.
Suddenly, you hear the sound of footsteps pierce through the darkness.
There's someone else here. Oh, this is so unsettling. I can't see anything.
She peeks.
I've been discovered then.
Wait, that voice, it's...
You recognize the voice as belonging to the guard who led you to this place. It appears he now covets the treasure for himself and has come to stake his claim.
Oh, so this is just part of the script. Then I can probably relax.
Maybe.
Well, if we can't see anything, that means we can't fight to the fullest of our abilities. Should we retreat for now?
Judging by the way he's holding his sword, He must be a real Marashose hunter. But this isn't part of the script.
Retreat? That's not the hunter way. If it's dark for us, then it's dark for him. We choose to fight.
Your choice is noted. Please keep your eyes closed until I tell you the torches have been relit. This battle will be in the dark.
You got it.
Everyone's like, yay, immersion! Clorinde. Oh my gosh, there's someone actually here to kill us. Okay, well, okay. Improvising. Okay, I could do this.
Well then, let us begin.
Oh, his eyes are purple! Oh, I get to be Clorinde! Oh my gosh, I get to be Clorinde! Look at her pretty weapon! Noblesse, C6, or C3, excuse me, not C6. What does this do again? Enters the night vigil state. Put on a gym coat for real though!
Also, Quig, welcome. How you doing? I hope you're doing well.
And then convert it into Electro. Oh, right, and then there's the Bond of Life mechanic. Enter the Bayonetta stats. Yes, that's what her skill is. Okay. Big remembering.
Hi, welcome.
If you were wondering why I'm in a corner, it's because I keep wanting to, like, avoid covering the cute little art. So I keep changing my position. Okay. Nearby Electro. That's not really going to help us because we just have Clorinde. Okay, cool. Let's go for it.
Loaded.
I'd like to try to hit him with my sword.
Okay, you can do that.
Your strike is successful.
You're facing a veteran Marashose hunter. You don't stand a chance.
Gosh, she's so pretty, dude.
Is he still standing? Goodness, he sure has a lot of HP.
Oh my gosh, I just realized you could see everybody with their eyes closed. That's a fun detail. Woo!
Is it over? Can we open our eyes now?
The enemy is strong and relentless, but the battle is nearing its end. The torches have not been relit.
What about now?
Final strike. Ha!
Whoa!
Oh, well, did we get him?
Imagine DMing while you also have to fight. You do charge attacks in stance once you build enough Bond of Life. Oh, I missed that mechanic. I love the art they get. Dude, right? I agree. It's such a fun little detail. Why isn't she answering?
Clorinde?
Warm fire flickers across the walls once more. Your vision is now clear. In an impressive display of courage, the four of you successfully defeat the uninvited guest. That look in his eyes. It's like he became an entirely different person as soon as I defeated him.
Huh? Mr. Florian? Oh, wait. We're supposed to be role-playing. I should stay in character. Speak your name, guard. Why did you lead us here just to betray us?
Oh, that's her old voice.
Is this treasure really more important to you than bringing peace to the kingdom?
What kingdom? What peace? Those were nothing but lies. I, Florian, am a true Marashose hunter, descended from hunters of ages past.
Are we still in character?
So he's also using his real name. Wait, was that the name of his character from the very beginning?
That's right. Everyone was using the real name, so if he's using his real name, they're not gonna bat an eye.
Then I'm even more confused. If you truly are a Marashose hunter, shouldn't you want to help us just like you said before? Shouldn't we fight together for the sake of the people?
What do you know? In this day and age, there's no glory to be had as a Marashose hunter.
I do appreciate how now you can tell the difference between what is real and what everyone else thinks is roleplay, because his dialogue is still the Genshin dialogue, while everyone else's so far has been the roleplay dialogue.
What's that supposed to mean?
My skills were passed down to me by my father. We lived a life of obscurity in the remote wilderness. Still, he devoted everything he had to being a Marashose hunter. And what did he get in return? A life of poverty and pain. in a world that forgot all about him. When he died, not a single person came to mourn his passing. The Marashose hunters were the ones who saved this city. We're heroes. We deserved more recognition and respect than this.
Is he talking about how no one in the capital seems to remember the hunters and their legacy? I didn't expect the script to contain this level of social criticism.
Welcome to D&D. Also,
So that's why you want to take the treasure for yourself? You feel like you're owed fame and wealth?
If you already knew where the treasure was located, why didn't you just come down here and take it?
Because I still needed the final key.
Only a true Marashose hunter is capable of passing through this final door. As someone who sought to hurt others for his own gain, Florian lost that right long ago.
Okay, but what is this treasure anyway? We've got all the keys, right? So can we just go in and take a look?
You're sure you want to go in?
We've been talking about it for so long. Of course we want to see what's inside.
And we've already defeated Florian, right? So he won't try to take it from us anymore.
Pesky brats.
Watch yourself.
Clorinde's like, I am DMing a game. Don't you mess this up for my players.
Then let's open the door together.
All right. Your choice of action is confirmed.
Clorinde takes out the keys from earlier and walks up to the heavy door. Without anyone noticing, she takes out her own key and joins it with the others to form the final required shape. I was wondering if she was going to do that. Ooh.
Before you, the door to the treasure, sealed and undisturbed for more than 100 years, finally swings open. You hear the shrill wail of the door hinge as it rotates for the first time after years of disuse. Almost like a sleeping giant letting out an extended yawn. You get...
Shoot, sorry!
Come on, let's go in. Paimon wants to see what's inside.
Ooh, me too!
Treasure hungry people.
Uncovering hidden treasure is the most exciting part of adventuring. What do we have here? Uh-huh.
That door didn't have a hinge. Oh. Could it be possible the door internally had a hinge inside the rock? Loot
A
hounds.
stone tablet? And some shabby weapons?
Oh!
You call this a treasure vault? Looks more like an abandoned warehouse.
Maybe the troop ran out of budget at the end?
They provided a super immersive experience at the beginning only to drop the ball at the most important part. They could have at least filled this place with cardboard Mora or something.
Wait, I get it now. Paimon, this is the real Marashose hunter treasure.
This is it? The Marashose hunter treasure is just a stone slab and some broken swords? I can't believe it. I refuse to believe it!
Whoa, are you okay?
The Marashose hunter before you appears to suffer a serious mental breakdown. He needs to leave the room for a moment to collect himself. One of you seems to understand the significance of the treasure already. If the rest of you wish to follow suit, you may remain here in the meantime and explore your surroundings.
Yes, please.
Oh, we're Clorinde, and I have a bond of life. What happens if I do my charge attack? Ah. Okay.
What is the treasure supposed to be?
The names on the tablet.
Only charge attack instead. Oh, I see.
The old and broken weapons.
Walter.
Walter. These bows stand out, man. Oh! I see why now. Walter, my god. Stone tablet stands there quietly. A few people's names and deeds have been inscribed on it. I hope I examined everything. Well, let's talk to Florian, I guess. Florian.
So, how are you doing? Feeling any better?
What just happened?
Do you remember how you got here? Or what happened to your body just now?
I remember now. I brought you here because I wanted to... The explosives in the cave!
There's explosives?
You mean these?
Huh? How did you...
Oh, is that what Clorinde first saw when we got here?
I could tell something was off the moment I stepped into this cave, so I kept an eye out. I've already dismantled the whole thing.
So the strongest champion duelist in all of Fontaine saved the day once again. Guess I shouldn't be surprised. It would seem your skills as a Marechaussee hunter are as sharp as ever.
I deserve some answers, don't you think? Tell me why you wanted to lure me here. Everything you said earlier sounded like the truth. Luckily, your monologue was dramatic enough to convince my friends you were just role-playing.
I don't know. I just always felt like there was something in my heart that didn't belong to me. Something agitated and angry. Who knows? Maybe it was my own anger all along. I could never really tell. The feelings about my father and the other Marechaussee hunters are real. It just wasn't fair. I was angry, bitter that no one remembered them or praised their accomplishments. I don't know when it started, but at some point, my anger came to completely consume me. At that point, I remembered the legend my father used to tell me. The one about the treasure.
But if the treasure was all you cared about, why plant all those explosives? Wouldn't they just destroy the treasure and bury you along with it?
I can't remember. My head is a mess. It felt like there was this voice telling me to eliminate the hunters, but now it's gone.
From your description, I suspect you were dealing with a Devorator.
A what?
Devorator?
Oh, your master... your father, I mean. Never talked about it? It was a kind of monster that was active several centuries ago.
No, I've heard of it. I'm just not sure why you suddenly... Wait, it can't be. The seal!
The seal?
My family has served as Marechaussee hunters for many generations. But the title and swordsmanship weren't the only things passed down over our line. There was a seal as well. My father instructed me to always watch over that seal and maintain it regularly. He said it had been passed down over a truly ancient age, and protecting it was our clan's most important duty. But I neglected that duty after he died. I finally decided to come down and check on it one day, and that's where my memories become fuzzy.
Oh.
The Devorator would be a formidable adversary for any mortal being, even ones as capable as the Hunters. If you lacked the power to completely destroy it, you could easily fall prey to its influence and corruption. In light of this, some Marechaussee hunters chose to seal the Devorator away, in the hopes that a permanent solution would come with the passage of time.
I heard it has the power to amplify the obsessions and desires in people's hearts, to the point where they overtake you entirely. It would seem I'm not just lacking in skill with a blade, but in mental fortitude as well.
And yet, you were able to retrieve 3 of the 4 keys. If I remember correctly, each was entrusted to a respected and capable hunter.
Uh-oh.
How did you manage it?
One of them belonged to my father. The second I stole from a different hunter. And the third... was one that I snatched while the person was on the way home from the tavern. I nearly died in that alley. I know just how strong you are. It's
No
as
one
clear
died,
as
though.
day to everyone in Fontaine. I observed you from dusk to dawn, but could never find any opportunity to sneak up on you. I never even saw you drink a single glass of liquor. The only way I could think to obtain that last key was to lure you here using your hobby, and then... Oh, I get it now. That monster, it wanted to bury you here alongside the treasure.
I won't comment on anything else, but the script was good.
Well, I did pour my heart and soul into it. The stories my father used to tell me about the glory of the heroic Marashose hunters and how they came to be forgotten.
It's more than just a story.
Huh?
You're proud to be a hunter. You're still holding onto that part of yourself, no matter how small.
I have done so many despicable things. I have nothing to be proud of.
Then explain the purpose of the evil sorcerer in your story. Isn't he the true antagonist? The one who sought nothing but his own gain, and used the people as pawns to attain it? In your heart of hearts, he was the one you truly wanted to defeat.
But I've already tainted my sword. I no longer have any right to...
Wake up, Florian. Remember how you introduced yourself earlier. Do you really think the hunters acted out of a desire for honor and glory? Or to be loved and acknowledged by the people? What did your father teach you about our order? You do not wield your sword for yourself, but to protect those you serve. There's nothing special about a blade. It's the intentions of the wielder that matter above all else. Do you still not understand? Even after seeing the treasure for yourself? The contents of that room, they represent the true legacy the hunters left behind.
You're right. I am a Marashose hunter. It's time for me to redeem, no, to finally serve the people I vowed to protect all along.
I wouldn't be so quick to push aside the need for redemption.
I know. That's a charge I won't bother to defend myself against.
Good. Then, come with me, and help me see the script through to the end.
Huh? See the script through to the end? But there's no more script left.
Never finished it, huh?
No, I mean, I wrote the script with the sole purpose of luring you all here. There was no reason to write beyond this point.
Then we'll just have to keep writing it. The evil sorcerer still needs to be defeated.
You mean the Devorator? Are you saying I have to make up the rest of the script as we go along?
Welcome to DMing.
Is that really so hard? You've already written most of it. Surely you can write an ending where the hunters win and justice prevails. I'll be there to help you too.
You aren't afraid your party will fall into danger?
I know what my friends are capable of, and they're all quite skilled. Besides, I need their help.
Then, are you going to tell them the truth about all this?
I don't intend to spoil the fun. Sometimes, protecting dreams and fantasies is more important than exposing the truth. Don't you think?
Gosh! Clorinde, I love you!
I'm so happy we've gotten such good character, like, I wasn't saying development, but like character spotlight on Clorinde, because she was always someone I was most interested in the Fontaine Art Conquest, and
I just love learning about her so much! Ah!
They're back!
That took a while.
Ahem! My fellow Marashose hunters, please forgive me, for I have sinned.
Tone it down.
A little bit higher. Okay, there we go.
Sorry. After crossing swords with you and witnessing your courage in battle, I've rediscovered my true self and regained my pride as a Marashose hunter.
Oh, do I smell a redemption arc?
I confess, I was brainwashed by the evil sorcerer. He asked me to lure you here so he could bury you in this cave.
That little... Wait, you're saying all of that wasn't you, but the evil sorcerer?
That's right. He's adept at manipulating the hearts and minds of the people. I fell under his influence because I did not possess a strong enough sense of will.
Huh. And how are you going to prove that you're a changed man? We're not going to fall for the same trap twice.
To be perfectly honest, I only came to my senses after seeing the treasure. It reminded me of my father's past teachings. The treasure was actually...
The names of all the Marashose hunters from ages past and their weapons?
Wait, already know?
Of course. Don't underestimate a veteran role player's exploration skills. Oh, wait, I mean, Marashose Hunter Navia's exploration skills.
We just finished reading through the content of the stone tablet.
That tablet recorded the lives of some fascinating people. For example, this Marashose Hunter called Est. She inherited the responsibilities of the Golden Hunter and passed judgment on many people. But in private, she had a very easygoing personality. Her favorite pastime was singing and dancing with her friends, and she was said to have a beautiful voice.
So, she was just like you.
Oh, you really think so?
Well, when you put it that way, I suppose I also have a few things in common with this Walter. Working as an executioner, he supposedly used a countless number of tricks to confound his enemies in battle. Oh, if only I could have seen the feats of magic he pulled off back then.
Their lives were all so exciting. You could write so many cool books about their accomplishments. How could they have all been forgotten?
Because they chose to be.
Oh, we're out of RP.
To hunt monsters that only appear in the shadows, you must also operate in the dark. To be a Marashose hunter is to willingly give up on wealth and fame.
Then this stone tablet must have been left behind by their companions.
That's right. Few Marashose hunters ever revealed their identity to the public. They always protected the city from the shadows. The only time they spoke of their accomplishments would be at night, when they gathered with their fellow hunters in front of the bonfire to share stories of the monsters slain by their hand.
So, this tablet was created not so that the hunters would be remembered by the people, but so that they would be remembered by each other.
No wonder this place was so well hidden.
You regard the stone tablet in solemn silence. The names of your comrades etched onto its surface serve as a reminder that you are never truly alone. The tablet proves that, although a hunter walks a shrouded path, it is not a solitary one. There will always be those who walk beside you, a fact that remains as true today as in ages long past. Their legacies shall continue to be passed down from generation to generation, as everlasting as the stone onto which their names are carved.
Father, you once told me that I should seek out the treasure if I ever became lost. So this is what you wanted me to find.
I've decided to trust you, Florin. I'd like to do an insight check on him. Did I do good?
His eyes are sincere.
Yes!
And his words ring true. You can tell that every word he spoke just now came from the bottom of his heart.
I implore you, everyone, please give me a chance to make up for all I've done. Allow me to fight alongside you and defeat the evil sorcerer that threatens the peace and prosperity of everyone in this kingdom.
In the basement.
Well, I say we let you join.
Sounds good to me too. Everyone makes mistakes. What matters is what you do to make up for them.
I have no objections, but Mr. Florian, do you even know how to defeat the evil sorcerer?
When he took over my mind, I gained some insight into his thoughts. Every time I thought of the treasure, he reacted with a strong sense of fear.
Huh? He's afraid of the treasure? But there's nothing here except some broken weapons in the stone tablet.
What if the secret's hidden inside these weapons? GM, permission to investigate.
Okay. How well did you do? A 12!
At first glance, the weapons appear absolutely ordinary. But as you observe them, you notice a faint energy emanating from within. These blades have slain countless monsters. Though it's been a long time since they were used in battle, their edges remain sharp, as if they're simply waiting for the next worthy hunter to carry on their legacy.
So basically, take these with us, right?
I'll take this weapon, since it used to belong to Est. Maybe it'll find comfort in being held by someone who appreciates the arts.
Ah, good idea. I'll take Mr. Walter's bow then. from one archer magician to another.
Oh, has Navia caught on?
Paimon's gonna pick a cool weapon too!
Can you lift one?
As you grip your weapons, you can almost feel the will of past hunters coursing through your being. It's a feeling of courage, determination, a silent vow passed down from generation to generation that says, eradicate the monsters, no matter the cost.
Mr. Florian, do you know where to find the evil sorcerer?
I was able to see his surroundings when our minds were connected. I believe he's currently hiding out at the church in the kingdom.
To the basement of my house.
We must be extremely careful. He's spent so long living among monsters that he's now taken the form of one. He will not be easily defeated.
Then why don't we explore some more and try to find some higher level gear? We don't want to just fight him and lose, right?
No, we have to strike now. He was greatly weakened when I managed to break out of his control. If we let him rest, he might have time to escape.
I agree with Mr. Florian. We've got to act while we have the advantage. Don't forget, the people of the capital are counting on us.
Yeah, now that we've got a plan, there's no point in waiting. The longer this drags on, the worse it will be for everybody.
Yes, that's what's called...
Taking the initiative, catching your enemy off guard. Both work.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Alright, you've persuaded Paimon.
Mr. Florian, please lead the way.
Of course. Follow me.
Onwards we go. As I adjust my mic
He
again.
had to set up so many scenes today, and now he has to join in for this last part. I really don't envy his job.
Yeah, about that.
Finally, you decide to slay the evil sorcerer and bring peace back to the kingdom once and for all. As you walk away, you feel the gaze of the stone tablet at your back, as if all the hunters of the past are wishing you success in the battle ahead and awaiting your triumphant return.
Aw, cute.
All right, we gotta get to the next part of the quest, it looks like. Farina's an RP legend. I mean, she had to do the greatest RP of all of 500 years, so she does have a lot of experience. Although I do wonder if she would even be willing to, like... I don't know. Like, she seems more willing to act now, though.
Going out on a rainy day.
But it makes sense why she was hesitant before. I also just really like how she's grown more accustomed to the idea of acting more, RPing more, and whatnot. I'm gonna stay small because I have a feeling,
Finally, you arrive at the church.
No, the rain's going away! No!
As you approach, an ominous aura surrounds you. You get the sense that your enemy is close at hand.
How strange. This uneasy feeling seems so real. How did they manage that?
I will still find it very interesting how Farina is the only person whose thoughts we get tonight.
Now, it is time for the final battle.
Let's go.
Florian, wait.
What's wrong?
I think you should wait outside. You've already been corrupted by the Devorator once. It could easily re-enter your mind and take control of your body. I don't think it's a good idea for you to be this close. If it corrupts you again, it's possible you might take on a new form entirely.
That's exactly why I have to go. Why I should be at the very front.
You mean...
Yes. I intend to lure it into my body.
That's too risky. If things get out of hand, I might have to kill you. Do you understand how dangerous this is?
I understand, but if I do this, you'll have a clear and visible target. The Devorator will have a hard time passing up a chance to enter a body it knows how to control. You won't have to worry about any of your friends being taken over. You're not like me, Miss Clorinde. You're a just and powerful Marechaussee hunter. The monster broke free due to my error. It's only right that I shoulder the responsibility for its destruction. This is... something that I have to do. Consider it a duel to restore my honor. My only request is that you give it your all.
I understand. Then, as a champion duelist, I hereby accept your request for a duel, and extend to you my most sincere regards.
Thank you.
The battle is now upon us. Let the Devorator once again tremble under the blade of the Marechaussee hunters.
Oh. I'm worried about Florian. I hope he doesn't die. Like, I understand his logic for it, but man, I hope he doesn't die. Also, I like how we're literally just entering a house for this battle.
Huh?
Oh, wow. Oh, hey!
So lifelike!
Oh, she's so good with people! Oh my gosh, the combat's so fun to watch.
Why is nothing working?
This foe is not invincible. You hold the treasure. The power to defeat it in your own 2 hands.
The treasure? You mean... The names! It's the Marechaussee hunters' names!
How are we supposed to...
You forget, Paimon? There's still one skill we saved until the very end.
Oh, the summon!
Hunters fight not for fame, but to aid the people whenever they are summoned.
Walter the Marechaussee Hunter, master of 1,000 tricks, executioner of the Phantom Hunters, I call for aid!
Est, the Marechaussee Hunter, inheritor of Cassiodor's will, judge of the Shadow Hunters. Answer my call!
Petronia, protector of justice and order. The hunter I respect the most. Thank you for saving my friend, the best one I'll ever know. Please, lend us your strength.
I'm gonna freaking cry, dude.
We have come to answer your summons.
Oh, and she's in place for her. That definitely feels like Navia caught on. Oh!
And so, the monsters were eradicated, and the sorcerer was defeated. Peace soon returned to the capital. Those in the court, manipulated by the sorcerer, also recognized the errors of their ways. Some remembered the names of the heroes who saved their kingdom, but others simply continued their lives none the wiser.
Oh my gosh! You can see it, but Florian is on the ground. Thank goodness. I thought he just literally poofed, and I'm like, dude, we just watched someone die, and we're not gonna address that? Or like, no one's gonna tell us the truth? But if he's there, hopefully he's okay.
Such is the story of the Marechaussee Hunters. They pursue the phantoms in the darkness and exterminate all who pose a threat. They will always protect the city and those within it, even should all memory of their accomplishments be forgotten by the very people they serve.
I am assuming we've finally reached the end of the script.
Yes, you've reached one of the better endings.
Aha, you say. Hold on. If the script's done, let me zoom out again. Hello, I'm back. I think that's my size that I usually do. I can't remember. Well, that's how we're keeping it.
It's a pretty solid story overall.
I thought it was just an ordinary adventure at first, but the further we got into it, the more impressed I became with the production and the plot. That final battle especially. All the effects were super realistic.
Oh, right. Yeah. Totally.
She totally caught on.
That's
Liddy
a
too!
really good point. I never expected the weapons we picked up from that vault would have that kind of effect.
Liddy too.
Yeah, mine nearly scared the daylights out of me when it started glowing. I took a good look at it after we got out, but I don't think it ever lit up again.
It makes sense that Lenny actually picked up on it because during the combat he was using his cards instead. He knew it was actually real.
Oh, we should probably give these props back, right? I'll just leave mine here.
Did you have a good time?
Innocent Farina.
Of course. Let me know if another script like this comes around.
Sure, no problem.
Whoops, I skipped Farina's laugh.
Then I'll head back for now. I think I need some time to fully digest everything that just happened. Once Mr. Florian is awake, please pass on my regards to him. He must be extremely exhausted to have passed out cold like that.
Uh-huh. Hopefully one day people will tell Farina the truth.
You're right. He's had a lot to deal with.
Well, see you all some other time. Toodaloo!
Bye, Farina.
Okay, so, can I ask now?
I think it should be fine, yeah.
What in the world was going on back there?
So you saw through all of that?
That time in the cave when you told us to close our eyes, it'd be weirder if we didn't notice anything.
Oh, good. I'm glad they saw it through back then.
I was dying of curiosity the entire time. I mean, you did a pretty bang-up job of pretending nothing had gone wrong. Farina actually looked like she thought all of it was planned.
Guess none of us wanted to be the one to break the illusion.
What are you all talking about?
I was just playing along too.
Oh, wait. Don't tell me Paimon never... No, this is all my fault. It's not too late to cover your ears. Here, Paimon, I'll do it for you.
Bit late for that, don't you think?
All right, Paimon and Farina did pick up on it.
You're saying everything that happened back there wasn't actually part of the script?
It's probably more accurate to say this was never a real scripted story to begin with.
What?
So loud. My head.
Hey.
Hey, you! Get up right now and explain yourself!
He's just said his head hurts. Like how Paimon's like, what? I need answers.
No shaking, please! Oh, my head.
Florian explains the truth to everyone. Oh, good.
Did Paimon just hear that right? You guys made up that whole last part on the spot?
Welcome to DMing.
It's not nice to lie to people, but Paimon's got to admit, that was a really good story, Florian. Oh, and nice improvisation, Clorinde!
Honestly, they did such a good job.
Yeah, it was like watching a magician improvise a spectacular magic trick after forgetting an important prop.
If Paimon knew something was wrong with that vault, she would have floated straight in the opposite direction.
Everything was under control.
As if you've ever described a situation as being out of control. I'm pretty sure any situation you consider to be easy to handle would scare a reasonable person half to death.
Guess I'm just used to it.
Aw.
You must run into a lot of unexpected situations then. That explains why you're so good at coming up with things on the spot.
As for you, Florian,
I know there's no excuse for what I did. I'll turn myself into the guards at once, confess my crimes, and accept any punishment that comes my way.
I would say you've already suffered more than enough.
What?
You may have been blinded by fame and fortune in the beginning, but your actions during the final battle had proven you to be a true Marechaussee hunter.
Aww.
You'll be far more used to the city above ground than below. Your job as a hunter is more important.
But...
Of course, you'll still need to take the keys and pay a personal visit to the 2 hunters you wronged. Prepare to accept any terms they give you as well.
Yes, of course.
As far as I'm concerned, though, your showing in the duel was enough to prove your honor.
Then I'll do exactly as you said. I'll go return those 2 keys right now. Thank you so much, everyone. I'll do my best to prove myself worthy of the second chance you've given me. I swear this on my name and honor as a Marashose hunter. Until we meet again, everyone.
You exit the basement shortly after Florian.
Oh, I miss our little tabletop setup, but I understand why it's not there.
Oh, bye, squirrels!
Speaking of Marashose hunters, what should we do about the treasure in that cave?
Leave it be.
Are you sure? We could show it to people, make it so that the hunters are remembered. Don't you want that?
No. Every name on that tablet made the same choice. All hunters know what the path entails. I am no exception. My identity as a Marashose hunter is not something I need people to remember. I wish only to be recognized as a champion duelist. Nothing more.
That's certainly very different from the path of a magician. Still, I admire your decision.
Wait, Paimon just remembered something. If there were no special effects involved, why did our weapons begin to glow during the battle?
Oh good, I'm glad they're addressing this.
That's because the Marashose hunters of ages past would often imbue their weapons with special enchantments to suppress the monsters. Whenever a monster was nearby, their weapons would start to glow.
Oh!
Oh, so that's why they had an effect on that guy near the end. I really thought the summons were doing all the work.
Well, I'm sure the summons were a part of it too.
Oh? How so?
This particular devorator probably hailed from the same era as the hunters we saw in the room. The names you recited all belonged to the bravest hunters. Countless monsters fell to their blades. That's likely why the devorator visibly reacted when you said them out loud.
So the names held the power all along.
Aw.
Navia, everything you said during your summon.
Huh? I...
Stop now!
I meant what I said. I mean, it was true to my character, so yeah. I'm glad you heard it. Just don't make me repeat myself. It's embarrassing.
Happy Pride Month!
I just love seeing the K Kappa so much. The Kappa Pride. Excuse me.
I really appreciated those words.
All right. Don't get all sentimental on me.
No, please do! This is good food!
Anyway,
No!
let's not talk about that anymore.
No!
I'm going to go on ahead. Don't fall too far behind now.
No!
She ran off.
I should probably head back as well. This story was truly incredible. I might have to spend the whole night telling my siblings all about it.
I'm glad you can, Liddy. Also, what a nice pair of girl kissers. That caught me off guard. Get a room, you two. Dude, I was so happy when they reconnected during the Fontaine Art Conquest and stop! It's so cute. Okay, anyway, see you later, Linny. I'm sorry, I'm fangirling right now.
Mm-hmm. Goodbye.
Hi.
Traveler, should your name and deeds be forgotten, what do you think the significance of your journey will be?
I suppose the significance would be the journey itself and the world we helped create. There's still value in the time I shared with everyone here, in the things we were able to accomplish, even if no one remembers them.
A great answer. I'll remember it.
What would your answer be, Clorinde?
Me? The Marashose Hunter says nothing in response to that question. Perhaps her answer lies in her silence, an unspoken vow left to echo through the night. The path she walks needs no explanation.
Man! fun! That was good. I could see why everyone was saying that was such a good quest. I'm looking at this right now. I could see why a lot of people were saying that quest was very good. I saw some people saying that was like their favorite character quest. So good. Book that commemorates the participants of this game for both players and game masters, full of memories together. So I shall never despair. Perhaps this exoration holds a deeper meaning for one who played the Marashose Hunter. Don't forget to go back there. Back where the hunter swords are. Oh! That's a good point.
Wait.
Let's do that now. It was up here. Let's do that now. That's a good point. And it was over here. Da, da. I want to see the secrets. Special secrets. Here we go. Secrets. Dude, it's gonna be a very drastic change when we go to Natlon and we won't be able to swim underwater. I anticipate there's gonna be many players who are so used to swimming in Fontaine that they're gonna die when drowned. Because to be honest, when I was exploring Chenyu Vale to collect stuff, because it was one of the last places I explored, I forgot that. Ooh. Hold on. Okay. Tidy up. Stone tablet stands in silence. Inscribed on it are the names of the ancient Marashose hunters and their deeds, unknown to the world. Oh, stop! That's actually so nice!
Man, this game making me emotional. Stop it. How dare you? How dare you?
Great Nathalie of Drowning update. It's gonna happen, I promise. Genshin, how dare you do this to me, man? Story is storying. The story is doing the things. Man. Dan, that was good. So good. Well, that is probably where we're going to end our stream today. Can't believe Natlan is almost here, right? Same. I will fully admit, I'm not ready for the backlash it's going to get. When Natlan gets announced and leaked, it's gonna be a mess, probably. And I'm not looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to Natlan itself and playing it, but I know how people online are gonna get. Yeah, Twitter. It's gonna be a thing. Unless Oil proves me wrong, but to be honest, I don't think they will. Anyway, W stream, thank you! I'm glad. I hope you guys had fun today. Normally we would do... Well, so Siege Queen's quest is going to come out, but Honkai Star Rail is getting an update to their story. We're wrapping up their Petticoat story. So we'll be doing that next week. And also... summoning for Firefly. And when I tell you it's going to be a big summon session, it's going to be pretty big. Not like Wanderer big, I will say. Not like my summon session for Wanderer. And for those who don't know how my Wanderer wishing session went, it went something like this. But it is going to be a big one. Sorry to say, even if Hoyo proves me wrong, people still find something to yell at. You're so true. You're so right. True, true, true. It's just going to be a mess. But we'll just be happy in our own little corner if we end up liking it. But yeah, so Firefly summons next week. It's not like going to be like Wanderers. Nothing's going to ever top Wanderer. But it still will be a lot. And Wednesday, we'll be able to play the infamous Fire Temple. Yeah. All right. Let me see. Do I have anything to say on my activity feed? It doesn't look like I do. Woo! All right. Thank you guys so much for watching this stream today. It means a lot. Thank you so much for your continued support. I celebrate my birthday on Saturday. Happy early birthday! I hope you have a good one, dude. And yeah, I'll see you next week for more Ocarina of Time and Honkai Star Rail. I'm not ready for Penacony to end. It's gonna... Penacony legit is like the main reason why I'm still playing Honkai Star Rail, dude. It's just... I just have to see where things go now. Hope you somehow get fireflies 10 times in one pull. That would be the dream! That would be the dream. Okay, anyway. I need to go to bed. It is late. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Have a good week, everybody. Bye!